What up, everyone? Happy weekend. Happy Saturday. A couple of days until I head out to Japan and ship off the Street Fighter tournament. Anybody catch the Street Fighter Capcom Pro Cup finals yesterday? I tried to watch some of it. I couldn't watch all of it. But it was good stuff. It was good stuff. So for the last couple of days, the way I feel like we can kind of do these last few days before I head out, and then I'm gonna take I'll be doing light streams from Japan, and then maybe hopping on board with people's co-streams and whatnot for Worlds. Is that today I was thinking we would watch some scrims, play some games, finish out like a lot of decay games. I'm not gonna watch that many scrims today. I think I'm gonna watch maybe a few games, and then just to get an idea of what's going on, and then play games on EU and NA. I think today I need to play some EU games because my EU count is close to decaying. I think I would like to end Challenger on both servers. I think that'd be kind of cool. Small little challenge there. And then later today we're gonna be doing a tier list. Someone asked me to do a tier list for all the TFT sets. You can see in the bottom left corner. I think it'd be fun to do. So we'll do now that set 13 is over, update my tier list, and it'll be fun to revisit them. And sometimes I think by doing this, you gain more perspective, right? Like at the time of when I ranked, I think the last time I did this was set 11, maybe, or set 10. But like when you do it, you kind of have a different appreciation for sets now that you've had time to breathe. At the time, I really didn't like set 11 very much, and so maybe in hindsight, you get some more perspective, especially when you see some mechanics or other things play out. So it'll be fun. Exciting? Yes, it is exciting. It is exciting. All right. So for the scrims going on, I think they're wrapping up in a few minutes here. They're about 32 minutes into the game. As you guys know, TFT games take about 35, 37 minutes, somewhere in between that. So we'll join in. But we can actually look at some of the tournament data. So let me show you guys kind of what's going on here. Turn off this depressing arcane music. No, not funeral music as we look at scrims. All right, so here are the scrim datas of what's been happening over the past few days. So today, if you don't know, there's a really common practice for TFT scrims is that they play like a mock tournament, a daily leaderboard. And today, the two players that have been standing out are Kangsunjong, the Korean guy that we saw grinded like 16 hours of scrims straight or something like that. Remember, we were playing scrims and it was they were doing nonstop scrims on NA Live. It was 9 in the morning for Kangsunjong, and he was still playing. He was playing from the previous night and grinding all the way to the next morning. So I don't know if he's the favorite player at all, but this guy is putting in a ton of work. And in TFT, it's not like you have to prove yourself over the course of the entire set, or 6 months and a year of okay, he's been constantly getting better and better. You just have to have the read for one patch and you can be a world champion. That's what makes it really exciting. So he's clearly putting a lot of work in. I wouldn't peg him as the favorite from Korea at all. I would put Binteum, for example, ahead of him, but he's clearly putting in a lot of effort, which is really respectable. Prestivent is also crushing it. Actually, let me go ahead and make sure that I'm not missing out. I'm going to go ahead and hop in here. See if I'm allowed to. All right. Actually, I think they might be finished with games because I think they might be going to game number 6. I think they might be finishing game 6. Oh, I think they are. Okay. We'll see. But if they are, then we're gonna hop on it. I asked Tanner if it was allowed to spectate. He said yes. Tanner's the one organizing all this. So. Prestivent's crushing it. Jedusor also doing pretty well from EU. I actually think Jedusor has a lot of potential to really break into the very, very tops of EU. He hasn't really entered there yet because he hasn't been around very long. He's still kind of newish. But I remember that I was picking him to do fairly well because I was impressed by some of his play a couple sets ago. And some people were like, are you really sure, man? Are you picking him over Double61, etc.? I'm like, not really, but I do think that he has a lot of potential. Are there any known hard forcers at Worlds? Known hard forcer. It's really hard to actually be a hard forcer these days. These days, it's not really a thing. All right, let me join this lobby. Oh wait, this looks like it's a different tournament. Oh, I see. I'm gonna go Kangsunjong. Yeah, there we go. I think this other lobby might be shutting down. I think they might be done with all the games. So, okay. And then other people in the middle: Weijin, Coco, Jungler, Dishsoap, etc. Spencer having a bad day of scrim games. 6, 8, 5, 7, 8. Well, maybe all that Marvel Rivals isn't actually paying off. Yeah. Wait, scrims are over? Oh, man. So, like, oh, so it's basically free play. They're playing more? Okay, got it. But the tournament block is over. The tournament block's over. But we'll see. We'll see who are the hard workers sticking around. I mean, some people don't have that luxury. Some people are still balancing work. I know, like, Weijin, for example, is still juggling work and whatnot. And Spencer's practicing for his Marvel Rivals solo queue later on. You guys haven't seen yesterday? I was like clicking around and I just saw that Soju already was like adding Spencer to to get onto Marvel Rivals. Spencer's lobby. Maybe this is the one going. Yeah, maybe this is the one going. Okay, Darth is leaving that lobby, so I guess I'll just head over here and stay in the spectator. Okay, this one might be the one that's happening. It's funny because like a lot of lobbies, you're like not entirely sure who's gonna continue playing and whatnot. Hey, where is Soju? I think he's in Maryland. He's in Maryland. Weish is my top pick for America's Worlds. Do they, when they're doing pick'ems, usually they do riot.com/TFT Worlds. Usually they do like some kind of pick'em. Championship.teamfighttactics.com. Welcome to TFT Tactician's Crown. 40 players, 3 days competition, 1 crown up for grabs. They haven't done pick'ems yet. Pick'em. Make your picks now. It's not open yet. But we'll do this for one day as well. That'd be pretty fun. I wonder, do they have, does Fantasy TFT also have that as well? Is Experion AFK? All right, we'll get in there in a little moment. Yesterday's scrims, Jedusor won that. Dank Memes got a really good score as well. 33. Tarteman, Wet Jungler, Experion, Prestivent, Spencer. Oh, Spencer had a good day yesterday. Well, solid day. Anything 29 plus is a pretty good day. And then Title also played in yesterday's scrims. 21 points. Binteum, so on and so forth. Probably need a new lobby. I see. Okay, so we're gonna remake the lobby here. Exit to home. Let me go to this one. Nope, that's the same one. All right, I'm gonna join Kevin Parker's. The classic where yeah, people mess that up. All right, I'm gonna join this one now. Playing the scrims? Nah. People dip when Frodan joins me? Nah, they're not dipping when I join. It's like someone was AFK. What up, Luscious? How you doing? I heard you're gonna join more dog stream next weekend. Yeah, I'll be thinking about that. I'll be seeing if I can. Is he talking about that on stream? March 6th? Who did well 2 days ago? So they started official mock tournaments 2 days ago. Looks like they only played 4 games. Yeah, then they called it. So again, just like very light information. The whole point is like just get people practicing in lobbies. That's what's important here. All right. Scrims. See if I have my fancy smancy telestrator thing working today. All right. Loot subscription. All right. Let me go top left here. And set things up. And I think we're back. Okay. And then let me update this to World Scrims Encounter Loot Subscription. And the Academy is GS Guardbreaker Round Guard. My favorite TFT Academy guy, Dishsoap. You know what? I'll settle for second. Second's not bad. I'm okay with being second place. All right, loot subscription. Let's see if there's any crazy wacky stuff that can get pulled off here. This is where like a lot of people might play verticals. They might not really be touching as often. So loot subscription is, you know, where, for example, you might see a lot more people try to play into things like enforcers, for example, when they're like not normally as open to it. That's where you get artifacts, where you can play some reroll niche outs that you don't really see otherwise because you need resources. Other compositions that generally are perceived to be very expensive, and you need a lot going on. Build Different, for example, I think can do pretty well on loot subscription because you get so many random items to itemize all your 4 costs. You can do a lot of powerful interactions, things like that. Hate the Town Blue, Superstars, or Cooking Pot. Dishsoap is probably like a slamming kind of guy, always holding the idea of superstars. Interesting. Thornblade Armor, I mean, Thornblade Armor is also very much like a Dishsoap augment. He's going Cooking Pot. Is this to try out Tristana? Is it to try out something else? I wonder. Oh my god. Wait, he saw that it was a pan, so he's just going to go for Tactician's Crown to start things off. That's why you wait. That's why you wait. That's why you don't instantly click on loot subscription. You wait to see what the options are. Remember I told you that this is a galaxy or a portal where you like play for... Oh. He's going to double stack Morgana, so it's a Morgana reroll, and he can make Visionary Emblem? Oh. Funny to let you know there's a typo on TFT Academy. There's a Visionary comp that says Anomaly Prio Tank. Better than Renata when Renata's not on. Okay, yeah, sorry. Sometimes we copy paste and there's some relics left over. Okay, so Dishsoap's playing a reroll Morgana with the double spatula opener off Cooking Pot. That should be pretty strong. Deisik with Ruin's Hurricane, as you guys know, Academy in the bottom left is not Ruin's Hurricane, but we've been seeing a lot of people prioritize that. So the spatula will probably turn into something related to that. What doesn't kill you with Zyra? Not making Zyra 2 because he wants to just lose streak. Okay. He's open. You can play anything. Spoils of War. This is... Oh, wait. He's already committed to making Azeri. So this is like... This is very much... Wait, he's not stacking... Oh, he's not playing... Playing Spoils of War. Interesting. So I think his strategy will be to lose streak until carousel, get a bow, slam the Rage Blade on Zeri, and then try to win after that. Spoils of War, and like use Spoils of War to catch up at the end of stage 2 in the middle of stage 3. Camera in the bottom right is better. No? Wait, why? Why would Cameron in the bottom right be better? How does server location get picked for Worlds games? They're just picking it for where the central location is for the best possible ping for everybody on average, and I think it's in central US. I think it's in Chicago. Is Dishsoap going for double visionary? No, actually, I think the optimal is actually one visionary. Actually, I don't know. Let me think about that a little bit more. I mean, double visionary. Okay, so the problem with double visionary is that it requires 2 tiers. You actually have to you need to get a reforger, and you need to get a second tier, and you also need to have 2 tiers for Morgana. So pragmatically speaking, it's just you need 4 tiers to finish your core build, let alone like anything else you want to build. Like if you want to build Shiv, which is really good, that's a 5th tier. If you want to build Redemption, which is really good, that's a 6th tier. So people, oh my god, and man, imagine if Dishsoap got that. That would have been insane. You just can't be here being like, well, you know, a third tier shouldn't be too hard. Just like sack for stage 3. You can't just like can't be green too hard for that. Does he even take it? Yes, 100% he would take it. If he was able to get it, then Dishsoap would have been an amazing spot, but it's okay. Darth instead has this spatula and this. Does Fawn count as 100 HP for cooking pot? It does. It does. All units holding a frying pan or spatula grant the nearest champion 50 permanent health. This would grant 100. So now he makes the blue buff, and I think that's good priority because he could ultimately just make a tactician crown as well. Or a Fawn. Family +1 going on the Vander with a trench coat for Kevin Parker. This spot looks really good. Quicksilver Slam with Conquer. Binteum's trying to play Conquers. Okay. I like it. Conquer, another vertical we're talking about where you can play because you are able to get access to more resources than usual. The thing is, the advantage that Conquerors has is the fact that you get so many resources. So on loot subscription, you would think that be like, oh, well, I can play Conquerors because I get spats and stuff. But at the same time, part of the advantage that Conquerors has is to get random loot. And that ends up meaning that your edge is less when everyone's getting high powered loot. And then you also factor in like other people can hit 10 Rebel and I don't know, maybe 10 Enforce or something like that, much easier. So the advantages of like Conquer snowballing is like you still not going to beat some of these incredibly high cap things. So it's a give and take. It's not like I'm actually really curious. There's some stats out there. I'm actually going to look it up real quick. But there are stats on how good a comp performs on portals because Meta TFT has that. Let me see. Do you guys think Conquerors does better or worse on loot subscription in the data or neutral? Do you think it does better or worse in the data on neutral? So this is the way to look at it. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up Meta TFT. I typed in Conquer. We want to click on the Conquer tree, which I think is this one. There's counters and portals. Loot subscription, it does a little bit better on loot subscription. It's one of its better portals. The best portal for it to play on is, okay, this is fake data, 0% frequency. So the best portal to play on is Trainer Golems. That actually makes a ton of sense. That makes like way too much sense because the only time you're playing Conquer is when you get like the excuse to play it. In fact, I played a Trainer Golems Conquer game yesterday and I went first, so that makes sense. But loot subscription is slightly better for it as opposed to worse. Yeah, and the stuff that I was talking about, like, you know, Artifact, Anvil, Gold subscription, these are not necessarily as good. So interesting information. And when we say slightly better, like a 1/10 of a delta is minor, but not irrelevant. Wow. Dishsoap. Okay, so the loot subscription package was a 2-star 2 cost, and he got a Vernata 2. Okay. Okay. Good stuff. He's a beast. I don't know what Kevin Parker got. Maybe he got Vander too. No Conqueror +1. I mean, for people who are saying worse, I think it's very close. Like, because you could see the argument for and against. Easier access versus not having as big as that power gap we mentioned. By the way, something as close as
I'm getting
minus,
more dogged again.
when something is delta neutral or like a 10th. I want to see Binteum to see if we can get the Conqueror thing going. When something as close as -10 or delta neutral, that usually means that there are it's like some good things and some bad things. It doesn't mean like it's just strictly good just because it's minus a 10th. Don't like delta is way like stats are like way more complex than that. It points towards a direction. It doesn't tell you a full story. So yeah, it just means that it's basically like good and bad, or can be good, can be bad. Zeri with Pandora's rolling down here for Kangsunjong. See how Dishsoap's rolls are going. Is Dishsoap rolling? He is. Hi, Hat. Thanks for 25 months. This isn't Street Fighter. Did you watch the cup last night? I did. I didn't watch the whole thing because I fell asleep, but the crowd was really hype. And also there's a 15-year-old kid who almost won the whole thing. The winner of the Capcom Cup, it's like their world championship. The winner of it wins $1 million straight up. Like the prize pool is 1 million. Second place gets 100K. So the jump from the final, if you make the finals, you get 100K. If you win, you get $1 million. $900,000 for the very last series, which is crazy. Extremely high stakes. Wow, Crystal gets the win here. But it was very hype. The crowd was very hype. Damn. That's crazy. Okay, so we have that. We have what looks like to be Quick Strikers from Darth? Or is he playing... No, he's playing... Is he playing Quick Strikers or is he playing Enforcers? Because he has these, and he has the Vi. I think he's trying to figure that out if he wants to as well. The kid that made in the finals was from, I believe, South America. His name is Blaz, and he's 15 years old, and he's going up against people who've been playing Street Fighter for 25 years plus. Like, he's literally going up against men in their 30s and 40s, like late 30s, early 40s are in the tournament because they've been playing Street Fighter forever, which is, by the way, a very common thing. It's really cool that like so many old guys who have been around, like veterans, you can play Street Fighter and reaction-based games till you're 40. So he's just straight up taking it. He's 15 years old. They looked at his profile back in Street Fighter 5. He was cooking and doing really well when he was 11 years old. That's actually just really cool. Really cool. He's from Chile. Yeah. I remember seeing this. I just remember like thinking like, oh, he's from South America. He's from Chile. He was basically Grandmasters, which Grandmasters are really high rank in Street Fighter. He was doing that when he was 10 and 11 years old. My God. And he was doing some pretty nasty stuff. Which is crazy. I've been casting and doing gaming and esports longer than he's been alive. I've been doing it for 16 years. And he's 15. This is wild. But it's exciting. It's exciting because you want new blood, right? You don't want it to be like, well, it's the same. You know, Capcom comes what? How many people? 40 people? Something like that. It's like the same 36 people plus some 4 people who are like going in for the first time and they've been playing for like 15 years and they finally get their chance. It's cool to see young blood. Did you pass Scara? I did. I hit Masters in Street Fighter. I have yet to play my first Masters games. And today, if you stick around and watch me play Street Fighter, you're gonna watch me get owned. Because in Street Fighter, when you first promote to Masters from Diamond, you don't start at Master 0 LP. You start at like the equivalent of like 700 LP. Maybe like 500 to 700 LP. And so usually the very first thing what happens when you get to Masters in Street Fighter is you lose a lot of LP. More like 400. Yeah, but the thing is you scale, right? Because if you get 100 LP, if you get 100 MR in that, you kind of promote to a rank. So it's like, whatever. It's the whole point is you don't start at 0 LP. So I'm about to play my games and de-rank to 0 LP. What game would you migrate to if TFT went on vacation? Migrate to? I don't know. I don't really have a backup plan. There's no like, okay, I'll just do this game instead. I would probably just play whatever game that I felt like I was really passionate about. Firelight, Garen, does he have 4 Firelight already? Kangsunjong has 3 Firelight. Okay, so he's waiting for Echo. 4 Firelight is the big spike for this comp. Big spike for this comp. But he did hit an early Garen, which is nice. He's playing Pandora's Bench. Ooh, Spoils of War activated. You can get like an item component here would be really good. Oh, that's great. That's good. It's not the best one, but that's helpful. That's very helpful. It's very helpful. Taro still hasn't used his spat. Is he going for scrap? It looks like he is. He's going scrap. I'm generally not that big of a fan of scrap right now. I think it's okay if you have like the ideal condition. If you have the ideal conditions, it's really good, but otherwise it's just okay.
Only fools bleed.
You play with controller? No, I play with a leverless pad. I'm old. 2x KO. I mean, I'm going to be playing a lot of 2x KO, even if the game sucks. Okay, the game, not one game, even if it's not like the super popular trendy Twitch game or whatever, or in content game, I'm just gonna be playing it a lot because it's like exactly my type of fighting game that I like to play. I need this guy to pick an item because spectator. I think you would choose Declaw here, just because you need frontline items. Okay, what does Dishsoap have? Dishsoap has Renata 2 still, but Vex. Oh, sorry, he has Vex 3, but still Morgana 2. Still also collecting extra copies of Renata. Cooking Pot plus Pandora. So this actually is really powerful because of how much he's kind of needed to build very specific items. The thing about Visionary, you guys saw it yesterday, but I played a Visionary game where I took component buffet because I feel like this comp needs very specific amount of rods and tiers and things like that. That's one of the limiting factors of Morgana. So I think that's probably a smart pick for him. Powered shields. Blazing. Wait, he takes Blazing Soul. Okay, the thing is, when I took Blazing Soul, Morgana was the last to get the Blazing Soul buff. So, and I was saying Blazing Soul was pretty bad because I wasn't able to get it. So maybe he sees something that I don't. I'm trying to push from Masters to Grandmaster. Can you explain at what stage health level you dictate when you just play for a 6th? It's just relative board strength that tells you to go all in. It's usually relative board strength that tells you when to go all in. But I would say that most oftentimes you can tell when you're playing for a 5th or a good 5th or 6th, usually by stage 3. Usually by the end of stage 3, you should 100% know. But if you're really dialed in, you can kind of tell by early stage 3. When you should be playing for placements. And that could always shift, right? Depending on what happens. Sometimes on 4-2, you look around, you see how people are playing their augments, and like you are doing good, and then all of a sudden, some people are high rolling their augments, and you like very much low roll your augments. Trainer golem scenario.
Man, right? I'm getting more dogged again.
You're playing trainer golems. You look around in 4-2. A bunch of people hit their like +1s and are looking insane. You did your roll down. Okay, I missed. That's probably the latest you could go for it. Silk. Silco too. skipping. Okay. Matty Boo, thank you for the 24 months. Thanks for all your hard work and dedication. Here's to 2 years and many more. Damn, I'll hold you to it. Many more years. I would like to do this for a while. I don't really have plans on re-entering the workforce. For people who don't know, I actually used to work like more behind the scenes. I was like a caster that had a daytime job, and I worked at a lot of places. I worked at Twitch for 8 years. I worked at ESL. I did a bunch of startups. I worked at game dev. I did that for 12 years or so, and I streamed on and off in the past, but this is like my 2nd year of streaming, like seriously, like as in like I'm a streamer, I'm a content creator. I would like to do that for a while. See how far it could take me. You know what's ironic? If I wanted to work less, I would get a 9-to-5 job. I think streaming and content is like, it takes like, I think I put like 70 hours a week into it, around there, like something related to it. Because what I do around my stream times. I work 6.5 days a week, and I do a lot of it every day. Just because I like it a lot. But if I wanted to work less, I probably would get a 9-to-5. Did you build TFT Academy? Not by myself, with a team, but yes. Rumble pair. Yeah. Darth is kind of struggling here. He needs to hit Twisted Fate 3. Corky 2 for Taro. Dishsoap hits Cinch 3. How much HP does this have? 38. You know, one thing I wish that Cooking Pop can... I wish TFT showed you some bonuses. I'm not sure how they would do it, but I would love, like, if you maybe hovered over the HP bar, it would show you, like, how much you're getting off of a bonus or something. Like, let's say you take this rel out, his HP goes down, or whatever. But like, I wish I could show you some of that. Do you get 5 family? No, he needs a tier for 5 family. Is this mock worlds and is there scores? Yes. Yes and yes. Or actually, no, I think the mock world tournament just finished. So this is bonus. This is like free practice, so to speak. They're like people who decide to stick around and want to get extra games in. But I can show you the scores between games. I'll show you the scores between games. Because usually there's like a few minute downtime between games if people are rotating in and out.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
You can take this if you want. You could take this to justify stop rolling. Center of the universe. Infectious Anomaly. I'm a big fan of Infectious Anomaly and Family. Because it just turns everyone... Like, you're playing a bunch of pit fighters that really like it. He's really high in HP. He gives a bunch of combat stats. There's a lot to like. Share your energy. Oh. Do you guys remember yesterday when my Trisonic game, I was going hard 7th and I picked this and it literally like yoinked me from the depths in like a crazy high tempo lobby on Scuttle Puddle. Yeah, share your energy is the nuts. Wolf Familiar's Ezreal from Deisik. That's cool. Bully. Less effective than, you know, when you're playing snipers, but it's okay. You just want some damage on Zeri for sure. Binteum still hasn't cashed out Chem Baron, by the way. Dirty Fox, thanks for the 5 months. Oh, someone wanted to do a chat coin casino. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna give you guys 2 minutes. You know what? I'm gonna add a third option. I hate channel points. Take them, or I hate channel points. You can vote for 3 options. It's a coin flip. I'm gonna flip a coin. We're gonna do heads, tails, and if you just hate channel points, you can donate them as well. Skips again. Binteum's going for 500. He's going for 500. Deep Roots. Damn. Okay. A classic scrap 8th. You know what's interesting? On the podcast I did with Dishsoap, we talked about Scrap. I asked him like, why do you think Scrap sucks personally? And he's like, I don't even know myself. Like, I think people are kind of like mystified about like, oh, Kevin Parker just got 5 family, and he can go pit fighter, and then Dishsoap gets another. He has no Reforger though. He has no Reforger, so this can't really be. This is just another spat to combine with Singe then. There's another spat to just so maybe he just goes Vow. Oh. He puts a tier on the oh wait, no, oh, he has Pandoras. Oh, so he can actually make a Visionary Emblem next turn. Oh, right. Oh, that's crazy. So now he can so this will turn into a pan when it gets reforged with Pandora items. Nutty. Has anyone tried to play TFT on Steam Deck? I feel like TFT on any kind of gamepad or controller sounds awful. Okay, so he can make a Visionary Emblem, and that means he can take out like Nunu, for example. That means he could like play Mbessa as like a +1 flex spot. Or he goes Sentinel Emblem. Ah, you know what? I actually don't mind that either. And then he could double. Ah, that's clever as well.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
That's actually buffing his Singe significantly too. And it actually turns Nunu into a reasonable tank. You know what? And then he levels for the 3 Rebel Bruiser. Genius mode. That's even better. This kind of spontaneous thinking that forces you to extend, right? There's a lot of extensions in TFT that forces you to extend is one of Dishsoap's specialties, I think. Generally speaking, he like understands how to like deepen his play. Like, how often do you end up with these many spats with Pandoras when you play Morgana reroll? Pretty rarely. But you have to like basically evaluate your spot and like understand things on a deeper level to be able to do some extensions like this. Good stuff.
Oh wait, what's Frodan doing?
Like in my mind, this is the same as when you're playing a fighting game and you're doing some cool combo routes and extensions. So thanks for the raid. Thank you, brother. Hope you climbed a lot today. Did he do chat pig his augments today? Yeah, well, thanks for the prime. Who do you think has a good chance to win Worlds? I think the best players from EMEA, the best players from APAC, and the best players from NA. The thing about China is that I feel like China is still playing. They're still playing on 13.6. They're like, they get I know that the patch is pretty similar, so ultimately it's not that big of a deal, but they're still playing a patch behind, and so they just get less time to practice. GM raid, nothing wrong with that. Grandmasters is good. Grandmasters is good. I'll be joining you shortly. Later today, we're gonna play some ranked games. I'll be joining solos. Camera top left is so not practical. It's actually the opposite. Top left is actually very practical because what in the top left am I covering? In the bottom right, you missed the mini map. And also, if I pull up people's streams ever to like watch something, you can see their cam in the bottom right. In fact, you're so wrong. You must be a soulless raider. Can we look at Chem Baron? Oh yeah, sorry. I was busy looking at stuff like that. So the other stuff. He ended up taking... Oh, he got Mel. He ended up taking out a 500 cash out and got Perfected Voltaic Saber. And the Unleashed Toxins. Okay. So he cashed out. He's 1-2. Is this good enough to win out? Perfected Voltaic Saber. 6 Visionary? Visionary Silco? Every 6 instances of damage. Attacks grant 5 bonus mana. 75% extra mana. 1 auto? He gains 22 mana. Am I understanding that correctly? What the heck? Wait a second. Holy shit. This guy is gaining infinite mana. This is just like the most fake build of all time. Visionary Emblem. Perfected Voltaic Saber. No, he's getting way more than that. He's getting like 30 something mana. Ridiculous. Okay, Dishsoap probably gets like a third or fourth here. Like his board is insane with the cooking pot, loot subscription, double stacking on all this stuff, and is singed at 5,000 HP. But like, I mean, there are some crazy boards. Ironbog streaking with Share Your Energy. Share Your Energy, Corrosion, Spirit Link. Tristanic stack count is at 51. It's pretty good. Pretty good. 6 Sentinel, 4 Artillers. 5 Family, 7 Pit Fighter. Fish Bones Draven. Oh, you got the 5 Family cash out. If he gets one more family emblem, he can go for the Easter egg. I think that wins out. The thing is, 5 family is also kind of crazy. And he has trench coat, you know? And he has infectious anomaly scaling, so... And if he gets like one more Pit Fighter emblem, he gets 8 Pit Fighter, 5 family. It's like, and it's loot subscription, so anything can happen. Kind of crazy. I think this was probably fourth. Ironbog lost to Kevin Parker, so it's probably Binteum, Kevin Parker 1-2, and then Ironbog, Dishsoap 3-4, and some variation. If he had perfect and Mel and not top 1, then he should change from pro to influencer like Soju. I just like that, like, no matter what happens for some people, whatever they say in chat just somehow relates back to Soju. It's like their entire Twitch chat personality. It's like 6 degrees to Kevin Bacon. But the K3 Soju style. It's like, but what does Ja Rule think, you know?
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
Okay, going up against Dishsoap's board. Hitfire does a lot of true damage, which is part of what makes it difficult for all these resistances from the Singe. But Morg is spreading out her damage really well. Oh, what the heck? People frown. Thanks for the prime. Oh, I didn't do the coin flip. All right, here we go. How many points we got? 1,000,000 points in the pool. 3, 2, 1. Coin flip. Easy head. Congratulations, Heads Believers. Heads actually had better odds. I like a lot. 40, 44, 54. Who are the people who donate channel points? I hate channel points. All right. Inevitably, you always have some people just like, yeah, whatever. Is Family Savika good? Yeah, mainly because if you think about Family getting the mana reduction, it just helps Savika.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
And Binteum lost. Oh my god, he lost to this family board. Yeah, 5 family is just ridiculous. But Dishsoap beat 5 family. Then he loses to Ironbog. Is it? There's just some weird. Okay, there's got to be some weird matchup rock paper scissors going on. Just Ironbog beats Dishsoap. Dishsoap beats 5 family. 5 family beats Perfected Chem Baron, and then Perfected Chem Baron beats the Tristana. There's just a wheel of matchups. And so I thought it was predictable who was going to go top 2 this lobby, but now I'm not entirely sure. The only thing I'm certain is that Kevin Parker's top 2 because of his HP lead. Okay, and he hits Savika too, which is a big deal. Like, Savika only 30 mana? That's crazy. Are you still supposed to solo frontline trench coat? Like, kind of like we did this. So we used to do this back in set 11 with Fiora. You guys remember? But Violet's not exactly very durable. Actually, the Radiant Staircase gives her up to 1600 HP. Okay, yeah, Ironbog's getting murdered. He took 19 damage. Dishsoap's dead.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
Crazy lobby. Pit Fighter emblem. Oh, a spat for... Can anyone use a spat? What does Kevin Parker have? He has nothing. Sometimes you can take like a spat and float it, but Ironbog just takes an open spat. I'm Dot. Thanks for 24 months. Dishsoap really went forward from that spot. I guess other regions are really stronger. Lol. Solos, why you do this to me, man? Why you do this to me? Solos, I need you to get back on duty. I need you to get back on duty. It's time to log back on. I'm down to take the raid. I appreciate it, but... Log back on, buddy. It's time. We're playing on loot subscription. This guy has a completely fake board. Like, this guy is basically playing... This guy is playing a board where he is legitimately beating 500 Chem Baron by 20 units. Like, look at how close... This is a fake lobby. Top 4 in this lobby is good. Deisik died a whole stage ago. Taro with 6 scrap literally had time to queue up another game. That's how big a separation is. Like, the ceiling of this lobby was insane. Oh, he cashed out another Pit Fighter emblem. Oh, and now he has a Pit Fighter. Yeah, but you know what? This just means other regions are better. How many stacks wins Persona Ball? It was like 60 or something last time I checked. Other regions are that much better. LOL. Pit Fighter Victor. I wonder how much true damage he deals. He's not even casting. Oh. He cast on 2 units and... Not bad. 5 family. I mean, specifically, it was like... He could have even gotten... He even could have gotten like 6 or 7 family if he wanted into a Pit Fighter. Good stuff. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Loot subscription. That was an example of loot subscription when it was just like when it gets kind of clowny. Like an insane amount of resources get poured into the lobby. Imagine needing a Pit Fighter 5 family to win against other regions. It's true. There's another way you can interpret it the other way as well. Cheer Energy top 2. Was it? No, it was third. It was third. Second was the Chem Baron cash out from or was it? Actually, let me look at it. Let me look at my results. No, it was the Chem Baron. His, like, how many times has this even been done? I need to show you guys how rare it is. First of all, none of these comps are real comps on the tier list, so don't even ask us to put it on there. But I'm just gonna go ahead and input these things onto Silco, and you're gonna see how fake of a lobby it is. Silco, Visionary emblem on Silco, 6 Visionary with Chem Baron, right? Actually, I was gonna put that with Silco 6 Visionary with perfected Virulent Virus, or no, perfected Voltaic Saber on Silco. Okay, with Virulent Virus 2 on Silco. It literally has only happened one time. Wait, this guy went 4th? Oh, because he wasn't like playing like the flip. Like, that's how fake of a board it is. It's literally that guy played a brand new board. It's never even really happened to like get into that spot and like let alone play for like Morgana 3. Like the no, that's actually just up there. But yeah, it's actually just like such a just such a fake comp. How did he go fourth with that? What? I kind of need to actually look at. Okay, I need to see who actually went fourth with this. Who went fourth with this? Amaterasu, Master 79 LP from Vietnam. These Masters players, they be wild. Okay. What portal is this? No encounter. So we go from a crazy high empowered to a low power one. Let's take a look at the academy. Academy is Bramble GS PT. Can you do the same for 5 family, 8 pit fighter? I actually think that my guess would be that would happen a couple hundred times in the patch, because if you hit 5 family, you probably get a lot of resources to hit pit fighter as well. It's happened 800 times. Just filtering for that. Win rate is 71%. That low? Figured like be like 80 plus. Sounds pretty crazy to me. Isn't Frodan also GM? Wow. You just assume every streamer you watch is GM? Especially if they're from North America. I mean, it's actually a pretty fair assumption. That, sir, is called ignorance. Not only am I challenger on NA, I'm also challenger on EU. I'm actually higher LP on EU than I am on NA. Believe it or not. I don't even know how that happened. Ooh, gloves off Vander. To be fair, all streamers assume their viewers are plat. Not me. Not me. My chat is challenger. I'm not even exaggerating. Do you know why I'm higher LP on EU than I am on NA? Because chat picked my augments for my EU climb. I got carried. My chat actually like picked my augments, and then I got to challenger on EU. That's all I'm gonna say. If you were participating in that, you get to claim a percentage of it. Like, if you were there participating in the voting and being part of the climb, there was like 2,000 people watching that stream when I claimed it. You are like oh god, 100 divided by 2,000. 0.5% challenger. I don't think I got the decimals right. I was there when you picked Warpath. You guys made me pick Warpath multiple times. It wasn't even just like that one time. I picked Warpath multiple times. Anytime there was like stupid dice rolling, like expected unexpectedness, you guys made me pick that too. There's some really troll options. Okay, just still playing gloves off. Trying to see if there's anything else interesting here. Heroic grab bag. A lot of times you play this and you duplicate Swain immediately. Too much value into Tristana. Tristana is definitely spiked a lot. Also, it's a 5 item opener, so a lot of people can double slam and commit. If there are family rerollers, Dishsoap's gonna have a hard time. I think that's why he scouted for so long. A lot of people are wondering why he scouted for so long before taking gloves off. He wanted to make absolute sure there's not many people picking have an excuse to play Vander, because we've been seeing people take gloves off, and then there's usually like a family player, and sometimes there's like a Zeri player, and then they just take, like, even if family takes, like, they usually hold like 3 Vanders, but they'll take like 3 and hold like 2 more, so that's like 3 to 5 out of the pool. And then Zeri players might go for like, they might just try to chase Vander 3 for fun, so that they're gonna take like 7 plus. That's just like a lot of Vanders out of the pool. There's one family player. Oh, is there? I mean, this person's playing family, but he's pushing levels. Nashor's JG for Kangsunjong, playing around early Cogwall. So Gamba is the way to challenger. The only thing more fried than Soju viewer brains are people who just love to gamba and they push that energy in TFT stream chat. Like, Gamba? Huh? Oh, Gamba? Prediction channel points? Gamba? Huh? Take Call to Chaos? Golden Egg? Gamba? Anything you say, the conclusion is, so gamble? I'm literally describing a situation where picking these augments are bad, and so like, huh? So gambling? Okay. See how Kevin Parker or Kangsunjong 5 streaks here. Oh, we have Spectral Cutlass. Cutlass push levels. So units that love Cutlass, Vi, Camille. These are like things the stats. Mbessa. Melee units that really love backline access, but and generally have trouble getting there. But the interesting thing about Mbessa is that Spectral Cutlass with Mbessa is weird because, as you guys know, Mbessa dashes around, so sometimes she leaves units alive barely and not able to finish them off. And so I've always been kind of perplexed by Spectral Cutlass being good on Mbessa. I think it's just because the stats are good. The stats are good and it's good on melee champions, and also Spectral Cutlass has like the noob bonus, where if you play Spectral Cutlass in solo queue, people just don't position around it, so you just get easy wins. So I think the stats always look good on it. I've always felt like Spectral Cutlass on Mbessa is like kind of fake sometimes. Assassin Powder. No, it's literally terrible, you guys. I've actually not only have I seen the data on it, I've tried it. I just want to let you know, Spectral Cutlass Powder is not very good. Not very good. Again, another chat suggestion, a chat classic. See if Kangsunjong can 5 streak with this. They get an easy win versus Deisik. Binteum, Mana Zane Nami. I bet there's probably a niche somewhere. If someone's like thinking about getting into TFT content and you're like, you know what, I too want to make minimum wage for years and hopefully make it big one day, so that way I could like hop on Frodan's co-stream or hang out with my favorite TFT streamer. If any of you are thinking about pursuing TFT content, I'm pretty sure there's a niche where you could just literally open up a TFT casino where you just spectate a bunch of people, and then all you do is just do a bunch of poly market bets regularly. What tier is the next augment? Is it gold, silver, or prismatic, you know? And then you just have people wager either channel points or maybe some kind of fictitious thing. I'm sure you could do that. That's entirely too much work for me. I'd probably have to automate that if I would ever want to do it. It's not something I'm passionate about, but I'm sure you could have a small dedicated audience. All they do is just literally watch TFT and gamba on the results. What's the placement on this? What's the tier of the next augment? You know, who wins this next fight? And all you do is just spectate high elo matches. There you go. Business idea for anybody that wants it. Honestly, I would actually even watch it and participate in it myself. Like every so often. I'm down to be your first streamer to condone it. As long as it's not real money. I don't think I would never support that for real money. I think it'd be like you would basically try to set up a channel bot that has some random like prize things. And I don't know, maybe it's like status or something. But like if it's like real money betting, I think I'm out. I'm definitely not gonna do that. Who's the best non-whiny entertainment-focused streamer for TFT? That's a paradoxical question, because most of TFT streamers, or most of the people who derive entertainment from TFT, is to complain about it. Have you not got the memo? Complaining about TFT is like one of the top 3 things that people love about TFT. You mistake You have a faulty premise. Oh wait, we have the combo gloves off and what could have been. Like chat is convinced always that this combo is insane, but in the stats it looks kind of like mid. But we've also seen a Giga win out, and we've also seen a complete flame out in 6th. I feel like we need a Gamba on this. I know this is kind of out of the blue. We haven't been talking about it for a while, but I literally have a prediction from the previous gloves off plus what could have been. Same thing. You guys want a Gamba? Gloves off plus what could have been. Top 2, 3rd or 4th, or bottom 4. Same thing. You guys can wager your channel. When is Worlds? It's in like 5 days. This has to be busted. Everyone has strong opinions on it. Everyone's like, it's so OP. And I just here to tell you that the stats on it are not as insane as you would think it would be. You know what? It is a new patch, though. I haven't checked on the new patch. I checked it on the last patch. We can go ahead and look at it real quick. I'll give you an informed Gamba. What could have been plus Vander with Infinity Edge. Oh, it's actually kind of good. It's actually 3.8. Ah, you know what? That's on it looking better and better. It was like a 4. Oh, it was looking more like this. It was looking like more like this. Maybe because people weren't building the right items. That could be it. Last patch, it was looking like this. Oh. Seems broken. I mean, we'll see. We shall see. Okay, we'll keep tabs on that. We'll keep tabs on that. You guys can Gamba. Are you sure it's not bugged? No, that's if you're talking about another concept of TFT content, I'm sure you could start a YouTube series. Is it not bugged? Question mark. And then you could just do a bunch of TFT interactions. I have no clue. Where did the narrative of Dishsoap being the perfect player come from? So back in the day, I had a podcast dedicated towards covering the North American competitive scene. It was called Don't Talk If You Don't Know. We ran, how many episodes we ran? We ran like 50 something episodes. It was really good. It was a good podcast. Had a lot of fun. I ran it with one of my closest friends. His name is Bryce Blum, aka Esports Law. He's actually a really well-known person within the industry, but he'd always been kind of behind the scenes. And TFT became his favorite game ever. So he wanted to like turn it into, he wanted to become like a caster slash analyst slash like sometimes like a top level player. Before each regionals was his favorite tournament ever because he always thought very highly of North American players. And he would always do a regionals preview breakdown of like every player profile and talk about their stories, talk about their journey, talk about their stats. And he would write, he'd be very honest about it. He'd be like, I don't think this player's a threat. I think that they're noticeably behind, both in like their play and their read. And I think this player is not in good form. I don't expect him to do very well. So he would be very honest like that. But he would also be very generous with the amount of compliments and praise if he felt like a player was deserving of it. And one player that this guy would glaze constantly was Dishsoap. I just want to put it out there that I was an early Dishsoap adopter. Bryce was not entirely convinced Dishsoap was like the guy, but I was gassing him up as early as set 6, but also in set 7. I mean, I was gassing him in set 6, but in set 7 is when I was like, I think Dishsoap is like the guy. And I just wanted to put that out there. Anyways, Bryce did like a Twitter, like a social media text written breakdown of who were like the real threats and contenders. And he basically wrote like this entire love poem about Dishsoap. Not really, but that's basically what it was. Where he would say like when he is like playing TFT and he's dialed in, it's basically as close as perfect play as you can get or something like that. Like, it's not something very, it's like very flowery and just so over the top. But it was really funny. And Robin read that and he like basically was like, yeah man, Dishsoap's the perfect player. Like he was blown away. So Robin's like, yeah, Dishsoap is so good, da, 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 da. He's the perfect player. And that just kind of became a meme. So it started from Robin. Robin was laughing about it. And as you guys know, when something is started by another streamer, inevitably it turns into copying Soju. So yeah, basically Soju started the meme and everyone's just copying it. Okay, one off Vander 3. Okay. Quality over quantity into what looks like to be... Wait, what is he playing? Quality over quantity into like flex? He's playing Hogmaw Gangplank Duo. He's playing Dominators? He's holding Dominators? He's playing Emissary Sork? Emissary Sorks while holding a bench of Ziggs and Cassio? It's just that easy. Well, he did go down to level 6, 10 gold. So it wasn't that easy. Horrible Forge, Trifecta, or Tomb Raider. Clockwork Accelerator. Look at Binteum's POV. Binteum, top player from Korea. Or Emissary Sorcerers. He's also contested Emissary Sorks. I don't mind Item Collector here. Or support. Actually, I think Support Cache is also underrated. Okay, Item Collector. Urgot 3. So we're playing Prismatic Pipeline. Too much value. Urgot Duo. I mean, Ezreal must have been. Oh, because he's playing too much value. So he wants to play Urgot for the 2 cost. Kevin Parker going for Camille. We talked about Camille being one of the units to play around this special cut list. Reunion. Another scrap attempt. Darth Noob. The movable object reunion. I mean, the setup, if you were to set the stats up, it looks pretty good. Loot Ambusher with a movable object as well with the Jinx, level 7 Jinx. Dishsoap with Clockwork Accelerator. He did hit his Vander 3 very early. I think part of the reason what fizzles with this composition is that it's harder to get Vander 3 and snowball your lead, but I think his spot is really good. I think Dishsoap should be top 4. I don't know if he's top 2, guaranteed, but I think Dishsoap's in a really good spot to top 4 right now. Are Visionaries good on the current patch? You know, instead of waiting for me to answer, you could have checked out a website that would have told you that even faster. You know what? I think nothing like teaching people the hard way. I'm not going to tell you. Just find out yourself through a website. Tactics tools. Yeah, good. Sure, go for it. Tactics tools will tell you that there's like 4 visionary comps and they all kind of blend in and they all average a 4.4. Sure, let's do it. Tactics.tools. Top cob. Okay. Scroll. 4.4. Okay. Where's the other visionary board? Oh wait, actually it just might be that. Oh, 4.8. Then 4.13. So a 4.13, 4.8, 4.4 sounds like it averages like a 4.5, 4.4. Okay, so let's see if Kevin Parker can bring this back. I'm pretty sure Kevin Parker's dead, but he had Kip Meal 3. So like this is what I'm talking about. So Dishsoap with no reroll augment hits because you know what the most broken thing is about what could have been? It gives you a 2-star Vander. That's like the most crazy thing about it all, is that it gives you a 2-star Vander and helps you hit Vander 3 very quickly. But some people that have like a reroll augment hit stage 4 or 5, and that tempo window is completely different. That's the most crazy thing about this, of what could have been. Otherwise, I think it's like, it's solid. Remember when the hero augment plus gave you a 2-star? Remember they had like the Galio augment or whatever, the Deja Galio augment. It'd be like it would give you the 2-star of it on 3-2 plus version, and the stats on it were crazy. This is kind of like what it is. I've never seen this do well. Oh, well, okay. So Dishsoap, we actually. So funny enough, I've had this. It's literally a prediction on the line because I said the same thing. But I did say that one time in Scrim, it went Giga first. It went Giga first. It was like a 6, is basically where you're at, and then you just basically didn't lose for the rest of the game. But the other time it did, it flamed out terribly in bot 4. So it's and then the stats. I looked at the stats. The stats say it's pretty good this patch. Previous patch, it was not that good. I think probably because last patch also watchers were more contested. I think part of it was like maybe the sniper watcher was contesting it. But yeah, that was Luden's, not the augment combination. Well, I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see. Dude, I love that the people playing the scrims are just yapping. Well, Kevin Parker knows he's probably 8th. He hit really late. Also, he doesn't have. I think Spectral Cutlass wants IE. Oh no, he's playing Ambusher. Oh, I see. He's playing 4 Ambusher. Yeah, he probably. I think Spectral Cutlass also wants Edge of Night as well. So he's dead. Deisik. Oh? But, you know, chat is convinced that it's broken. They picked top 2. I said Dishsoap probably gets like 4th. I said like he's probably top 4. I don't know if he's top 2. He did lose 2 fights here. How much HP has he stacked up? 930. I think 5 or 4. Well, it kind of just depends on everybody else. So people who are very likely top 4, like extremely likely, Binteum up there, especially if he hits Mel 2 with the duplicator. Mel 2 watch. Ironbog looks good. Oh, Ironbog's doing the thing. So we saw, so China, I do think there is tech from China, by the way. And I think, oh, he's playing Shader Energy. Oh no, he's playing Infectious Anomaly, never mind. He's just playing Mentorship. There is tech from China, by the way. And China actually plays Form Swapper 80 Flex. They play around Gangplank.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
And they basically play like Gangplank Corki. They play Gangplank for Form Swapper, or like Gangplank Vi or Pit Fighter. And so like this Pit Fighter 80 Flex thing is actually a China thing. And it's interesting because one guy who won his semifinals group played it in like 4 out of 5 games, and he won the group. So it was light Yu-Gi-Oh. We saw that yesterday, and it's really interesting. I think it's actually very good. This is an innovation on the patch that hasn't updated on our website because we don't even really know what it is. It's sort of like slam 80 items and play around any of the things I just mentioned. Isn't that a Jace check? Nope. Not. Because he played around, like he played a game where he trio carried GP via Bessa. Then he played a game where he played around Corki Jace. Then he played, and it wasn't like 4 Emissary. It was like he just played sometimes 2, 4 Form Swapper, and then did a bunch of just this, like just a bunch of this. He is playing Bronze for Life, so part of it is that he's incentivized to build vertically. So that's part of it. But if you're gonna be like, this is just a Bronze for Life comp, I think you'd be very surprised by the results. You are not going to Japan for the Sage Am Slam. I think my stream title may help point you in the right direction. You read my stream title and your conclusion is you're not going to Japan when my stream title says leaving for Japan in 3 days. I think you might have the wrong conclusion. I believe gloves off needs 6 watcher to do well. I agree, actually. I think part of the reason why this is weird is because it's not even just that you need 6 watcher, is that you can't even really play 4 watcher early. And so you struggle with your trait web like a lot. You just wrestle with it. I do think that if you hit a watcher emblem, it becomes much better because then you can just play this and play 6 watcher. And then also the other dynamic is that you're not really playing Dami around Soko. Soko is actually just kind of a mana, like a health battery, so to speak. You can put a bunch of mana on him. Also, what was the anomaly he got? Bully? Part of it also could be that you want to get like a good anomaly for it. Looks like Dishsoap's bot 4, you guys. Damn. Japan is different from Japan. Yeah. True. True. Oh, you're talking about that Japan. You're talking about that Japan. Whole dude. These doubters are feasting. Doubters are they're licking their lips right now, rubbing their hands together. Holy cow. The only question is, who doubted? We're about to find out. Test complete. Yeah. I mean, you guys heard my skepticism, right? Okay, by the way, we were gassing up this flex, and then all of a sudden he lost 4 in a row. Ever since Anomaly, he lost 4 in a row, and he might bot 4. But I think I think the line does exist, and it doesn't look like it's an easy comp to play. So you can try to go on to Mbessa duo. Frontline is GP. He's trying to make something happen here. Is he missing anything? Thunder and anti-heal? No. He has combat. He has double combat. I mean, what's his bronze flight value? 9%? But on durability? I think he's dead. Maybe he's just lacking a little bit of power. What was his anomaly? Infectious anomaly? Oh. Well. This was bot 4? Bot 4 believers. Congratulations. Holy cow. What a payout. What a payout. Good 5th? Yeah, sure. I mean, part of it is too is that you're going up against boards that have some pretty strong, like this is a really strong Ambusher board. Scrap top 4. Scrap top 4, which is also good. Sentinels. All right, let me see. Let me see. I can go here and I can go to manage polls. View results. Oh no, not view. View prediction. Manage predictions. Summary. 20 users. Only 1 person bet big. Wait, Twitch prediction. There's a user account, Twitch prediction, and he just uses channel points to do Twitch prediction. Okay. Interesting. Kind of meta. Dude, look at this payout. They won 1 million points. 20 users split 1 million points. Holy cow. Where can I find information about who are going to Worlds? Check out TFT or riot.com/TFT Worlds, where they have everything. I don't think it's an overrated combo. I think it's straight up bad. All right. There you go. You heard it from Dishsoap himself. Straight up bad. Straight up bad. You know, the thing is Dishsoap could have actually... You know how Dishsoap is too honest? Dishsoap might be too perfect, you guys. He might be too perfect. He's actually too honest. If he wanted to trick people, he should have just said, you know what? Actually, I think there might be something there. But if he really... And then, like, was hoping that some competitors would hear and then try it out. And then they would, like, go bot 4 as well. He should have... He had an opportunity to trick the noobs. And that is why you know you can always go to TFT Academy, because we don't... Everyone's like, well, what if Frodan and Dishsoap write wrong information so that they could steal all the LP. It takes 10 seconds of thinking. Yeah, but the thing is, you know that there's players who would listen to you if you actually said that, though. You know, I know that you said it takes 10 seconds of thinking, but there's people who would think about it and say, huh. And then other people would say, but Dishsoap said, and then you know that they would actually be influenced by that. You should remove that from the TFT Academy recommended anomalies. Well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. The stats on it didn't actually look bad. Didn't we check it? What could have been Vander with an Infinity Edge? Like, just baseline, the stats on it look still pretty solid. That's why I was like, huh. Because I remember looking at last patch, and in last patch, it was like 4.2, 4.3, and I was like, that doesn't sound very good for an augment that gives you the 4 cost immediately. I'm assuming you play Soko on it as well. But it's just like the same thing, right? Because you have to do that in order to activate it. It's like, the stats on it don't look bad. But I'm sure there's probably like, I mean, it's solo cube is one thing. I mean, in my opinion, I stand by it. The best part about this augment isn't that permanent max HP or whatever. It's the fact that it gives you a 2-star Vander. It's like 3 dupes for your hero augment. That's pretty damn good. Like that's the reason why I like it the most. 3 Vanders on 3-2. It's pretty damn good. They don't show the Vander augment with it. Well, yeah, but okay, man. If you're playing what doesn't, if you're playing what could have been, and you're putting IE on Vander. Oh wait, I have no. If you're playing this and you're like, well, you know, what if you just play Infinity Edge Vander in your Dominator comp? Yeah, that's why it is. And you know what? It might sound. He even hit me with the period. It just shows you with regular Vander period. Okay, man. I just want to tell you 2 things about it. 1, you're wrong. But 2, it's okay to be wrong because stats are very confusing. And guess what? There's good news. This week's episode for TFT Academy, we actually show you guys how to read stats. We show you guys how to read stats. We literally, for 45 minutes, Dishsoap and I literally go through meta TFT, tactics.tools, and we're like showing you guys how we read the stats. That's literally what we do in this podcast episode. You better not fucking miss it, because if you do and you come back at me with another period, with another declarative statement that's really wrong with the pyramid, that's a permaban. Just asking. Wait, that's not what his username is. It's just asking. Well, now I'm the one who can't read. Hold up, I'm a teacher. I use punctuation. Well, looks like the teacher became the student today. Today you learned. Actually, you know what? I feel really bad. Teachers have it rough, especially if you're a teacher from America. Honestly, life is really tough as it's really rough right now as a teacher, especially since COVID hit. I really appreciate all you do for your students. So TFT aside, thank you for all you do. But also, I'm putting your name on a list on a notepad, and you are on the permaban watch list. He's probably a gym teacher. Even better. Even better. You're talking about people who are unappreciated? Holy shit, man. Thank you for trying to get our lazy ass kids to do something. I mean, they're not really lazy. Kids aren't really lazy. They're just encouraged to be lazy. Even better, man. Obesity and bad health is like a straight up epidemic. Our country could use the help. Even better. Okay, Binteum, 4 Emissary, 4 Sorcerer. He went in for Nami 3 reroll. He also played Prismatic, Pipeline, and got. Actually, this man's name was part of the earliest portable forge. Got a dupe. Actually, I feel like he hasn't used his dupe. He's been looking for Mel 2 forever. But you can't get them. You don't really get better Mel lots until 10. So. Why does Binteum not reforge the Last Whisper? That is a good question. Does he have 80 champions? He has them best in the pool. It's not like Last Whisper is irrelevant. And also, LeBlanc does like the attack speed. But you're not wrong that it's a pretty inefficient item. It's also that, like, there's not that much high chance that ends up being that good. But, yeah, I would be down to get a better LeBlanc item, remove it, and then either put the Last Whisper on the Bessa or reforge it. I'm down for that. Let's see what he gets here. Rolling. Mel 2. The best thing he can use it on is a Tristana 2 right now. He's about to dupe for a Trist 2. You could pick a LeBlanc item here, remove. So you could pick Archangels. Adaptive is like, I think Adaptive is mid on her as well. But fights are so fast, it's like kind of hard. Rose, I mean, the thing is, if he was actually super desperate, he would use the dupe on Trist too, but it's so low value that you'd rather just hold in case he hits the Mel next turn. Going against Darth with Scrap. Nami punching a ton of damage. 11k. What the heck? He's dead. Lost to the Scrap. I feel like 6 Sorcerer is a really big deal, though. Like, the 6 Sorcerer is what gave Scrap a lot of trouble, because Scrap already struggles for damage. And so when Sorcerers hit Scrap and neuter their damage by 20%, that's like one of the things that's like a weakness of their comp. So, I think 4 Sword 4 Emissary makes sense that it kind of like loses to a high cap Scrap, even though in the past it was like a counter to them. Trist 2 diff, was it though? Was it? Oh yeah, also Last Whisper has some synergy with Jewel Gauntlet, a little bit, like the extra crit item. It's probably one of those things where if you think about it, it's actually not even that terrible. It's obviously not good, but like some people would rate it as like an F tier, and it's probably like a C. And sometimes C's are okay. C's get degrees. Wow, is it a Scrap win out? Wow, it is. NA on top. USA, baby. Yeah. And we did it with Scrap. Pretty good. All right. Rejoin the lobby. Let's take a look real quick. Let's run some ads. Not this kind of ad. Who even needs an ad for TFT Academy? You guys already know it's the best utility website in TFT. But let's go ahead and look at something real quick here. I want to check something. So let's look at Reunion with 6 Scrap, 4.2. If you add a Randuin's in it, not that insane. This would be like the immovable object Reunion games. Surprise. What was his anomaly again? But like I just want to see. I'm always interested in like what Scrap's like true win cons are. Because immovable object used to be really good. Like it used to be the juice with the shield, but then they nerfed the shield and they nerfed the item, like the Randuin's that augment. Is Reunion the Heimer one? No, Reunion is the one with Echo and Vibe. C's that get degrees but no jobs. That's not true. You'd always be the most successful TFT Twitch streamer. Don't need A's for that. In fact, dare I say, if you get C's in school, you have a much higher chance of being a Twitch streamer than not, because people do not value that. In fact, you're more relatable that way. Will there be a narrative Eric articles on the NA Worlds player? Yeah. You know, a good person to follow for that is one of my buddies, CLE TFT. His name is Jack, or you can call him Clee. He's from Cleveland, in case you don't get it. CLE. He's a dying breed. We have a dying breed. We have a TFT caster. There's still them. Some of them still exist. That's right. An endangered species upon us. A TFT commentator. He likes to do narrative stuff. So he starts his own Midwest TFT, but basically he writes like articles and stuff on like who's performing and what, and he has like stories on it.
Whatever. Let's just start shooting.
Dude, he cried when Dank Memes cried. That's how much he cares about it. That's how much he cares about it. But he writes good long form stuff on it. Who's the best player in the Americas? Regionals preview show. Flexes his wife. Good for him. He plays double up with her. We're also very proud, right? He like writes about like all these stuff. He's mainly NA focused and biased, but he'll do stuff for Worlds. Gangly is another person as well. If you care about like the story of it. Usually I would do something going into it as part of the pre-show. But as you guys know, I will not be available this time. All right, we got Scuttle, Puddle. Who got the Academy? Who got me with the Academy? Oh, the double Academy. Gunblade, Bramble. What was the last one? Nashers. CLE till I die ... Well, if you stay in Cleveland, that might come sooner than preferred. Dude, Cleveland's turned it around lately, I thought. I actually visited Cleveland last year. My son was born, and his great grandmother is still alive. She's like 90. Oh man, I should know that. She's like 93, 94. And she's actually like still kind of fit. She like goes on hikes and stuff like that, which is like pretty impressive. She's not just like sitting all day twiddling her thumbs. She like goes out grocery shopping. She's like out and about. Gloves off Vander again for Dishsoap, by the way. But his items are pretty bad for it. Rod. I mean, I guess cloak is a playable item, but I don't think it's gloves off. And so she lives near Cleveland, so we went and visited that town, that area. Cooking pot. Mentorship 2-1. A lot of people who take this, they just reroll like quick strikers or something. Like something that's like doesn't mind clumping. Morris is one of the best performing Vietnamese players. A lot of people are like, oh, YBY didn't make it. Midfeed didn't make it. Can Vietnam do well? I'm pretty sure Morris is very, very good. Top 5 for sure.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
That guy. Ironbog with gold for dummies. Taro, War for the Undercity. This has been like a big time click for a lot of people. For TFT Academy, I'm actually tempted to like put this in S tier, but Dishsoap, like, dude, you're gonna bait so many news with that. The stats on Chem Baron still look so bad because people like highlight it badly. I feel like we should just do that because I feel like you're not gonna get better at this unless you actually practice it. I actually do think Chem Baron is hard to play. Some people think it's like brain dead. Oh, you just play this, you just cash out, you reroll or whatever, and you win. But I think Chem Baron's actually very hard to play at high level. It's just so easy to mess it up. So easy to mess it up. So easy to admit to like over greed or under greed, to win fights by accident or like take too many bad losses. How do you properly pilot Chem Baron? How do you properly pilot Chem Baron? Manage your HP, manage your resources. You don't always skip 100. Sometimes you do take the cash out. Sometimes you play 3 Chem Baron and you lose streak the entire time. Sometimes you play 4 or 5. Sometimes you abandon Chem Baron. Sometimes you start really late. it's just hard. I actually think it landed in a pretty good spot. Like where it's balanced. Design wise, it's still kind of like up in the air whether or not it's actually a good thing that you need to play so much Chem Baron. But I think it ended up in a much healthier spot than it was when it was really good. Because Chem Baron was just like, well, you just play Chem Baron, you cash out, you keep all the Chem Barons in, and then you like look for a perfected item, and that was like the only thing about it. Now Chem Baron allows you to play reroll. You can play like reroll ambushers. You can play Chem Baron until level 8 and play around Heimer 2 and play for Rennie 3 as your front line or not. You can also play just like a regular cash out as well. So it's like way more varied in terms of what you can play. So I like it a lot. Worlds are next weekend? That's correct. Chem Baron is definitely S tier if piloted well enough. That is one thing that is weird about tier lists. Because if we're trying to say like what Dishsoap truly thinks, Dishsoap probably thinks that like Chem Baron is S tier and kind of broken. But the reality is it'd be weird if we put every Chem Baron related thing in S tier. Because it's like very dependent on the spot, and the baseline of it is very, very low. Like you could just straight up average a 7 with it. And so we put it in like high B A tier and like call it a day. But like the thing is, if you want like Dishsoap's true opinion, and it was his call to not put it in S tier, but it's not mine. I'm okay with it either way. But he's like, yeah, I should, like, his true opinion is that Chem Baron is S tier. I mean, also his true opinion is like balanced around worlds lobbies and very top challenger players. And that's not reflective of the average experience. A lot of people in chat saying like, I'm trying to climb the Grandmasters. I want to do my final push, end the season Grandmasters, or I'm in Diamond. I want to end Masters. If you really care about what Dishsoap values, it's very different at your meta or your elo than it is for his. So you kind of have to make sure that it's reflective of people's experiences. Because at the very top level, there's like different things that happen that may work or may not work. You have to adjust your play style to the skill bracket that you're at. That's actually something about tournament players that people don't talk about very often, but learning how to beat weaker players is a skill. Some people like love to shit on other people. They're like, oh, well, you're just like doing well because you're in a Disneyland lobby. Like your lobby is like fake or whatever. But like learning how to beat weaker players is very much a skill. And some players are legitimately not that good at it. They're like much better at playing against competent players. And I put that in quotation marks because it's all relative. But like they're just like they're playing under too many assumptions that their opponents are going to be playing like more optimally, and you have to adjust your playstyle depending on the lobby that you're in. It's a lose streak competition, and Dishsoap's trying to lose against Taro, who has War for the Undercity, which Kevin Parker's also playing Chem Baron. A lot of Chem Baron. What's up, buddy? Oh, come here. Are you sad? Your favorite streamer said he's not streaming until next set. Oh no. Got some. You brought me some apple chips? Thank you. Want to hang out? His eye color is finally changing. You see? It's very cool. You should take some pictures of that. Alright. Going for a nap soon? It's almost nap time for him. He's grumpy. He's a little grumpy too. You can keep that. First one's on me, buddy. Alright, just so grief the Chem Baron. It's funny because he's not even playing Chem Baron himself, but he's griefing the Chem Baron player. Who was the Chem Baron player? I think it was Taro. Yeah, rough stuff. Very weak start. A lot of people low HP. Usually HP isn't skewed this heavily towards the low 80s and 70s. And the dynamic of these players in the bot 4 is that they're all loose streaking like a lot, but they also preserve a lot of HP because everyone's playing weak boards. And that's one of the things where like the player that's ahead will get like a free 5 streak. But that also means that like loose streaking is not nearly as bad because a lot of people are greeting. Beating weaker players is boring. I mean, winning is fun, and beating weaker players can be perceived as boring. But when it comes to tournament, if you're not locked in, if all you learn is like how to play against like the good players, you're not good at beating the weak players, then you have a significant hole in your gameplay, and you're an incomplete player. You can ego it all you want. It's boring, blah, 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 blah. But, like, all you do is rationalizing your inability to deliver. You're just trying to make excuses for your inability to actually clutch. And you need to, like... It just means that you have a weakness. Okay, we have no sky, no pivots. By family, we know that he's been playing that for a while. Oh, Pandora's... War for the Undercity. How come you do not have the TFT accent? Oh, I do, but it's kind of just like anything. I like make sure that it doesn't come out when I'm talking to the populace. I lived with one of my roommates for a couple years was black, and he talked to me a lot about this actually, about how black people talk differently when not black people are around. And he was like the way he described it to me, because he was one of my good friends, the way he described it to me, it was like really eye-opening. And this is when I was like in my early 20s or whatever, so I didn't really know very much about it. I mean, I kind of like heard about it, but like hearing it firsthand was different. But if you see me play TFT long enough, the TFT accent comes out. Yeah, code switching is what they called it. But everyone perceives me to be this, you know, slightly better spoken, mildly educated adult man. Yeah, you just watch me play TFT a little bit. It comes out every now and then. You stayed up to watch the Capcom finals. I watched as much as I could, but I literally passed out during the losers. I think I got to top 8. I got halfway through top 8 and I passed out. Okay, I want to keep tabs on the Chem Baron player, but looks like they're just kind of keeping it low key right now. Firelight Watchers, double mentorship. So he's actually playing this not into quick strikers or anything like that, but playing into Zeri. The awkward thing about it is that you do lose some sniper value when you position like this, but he has double mentorship. Double mentorship. Man, and Maris is looking really good. By the way, he's pushing levels, so he's probably gonna roll on 7, if he's even rolling. That's another thing too. Like, there is a possibility that he's just playing this for tempo, and he converts it to something else, because you have to look at the macro of what's going on in the encounters. And Scuttle Puddle, is Zeri even good on Scuttle Puddle? I mean, we can go ahead and look while we have an opportunity here on Carousel. Zeri, Watcher Zeri, 4.5 average. Portals, Scuttle Puddle. Oh, you know, it's not terrible. I expected it to be worse. Delta neutral. What about like Crab Rave? Okay, so you take the average of that, and it's like slightly worse on it. But the idea is that Zeri doesn't cap high. Her win rates are very low, and in general, low win rate comps struggle a lot on Scuttle Puddle because everyone caps enormously high. So yeah, my belief is that Zeri reroll is like not very good already. So he might just be playing this and transition to something else. He's pumping for Twitch. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Like, just transitioning into Twitch. He could also just play, like, if he hits Jace, he could also play Form Swappers. Well, the thing is, mentorship is supposed to be buffing lower tier units. So a lot of times when you play mentorship, the ideal use of it is you use the 4 costs like in Mbessa to buff the cheaper units. That's often what like you're trying to do with mentorship, but you could also just play for like 4 costs and use some 5 cost for buffs. Have 4 stats always been there? Yeah, it's been there for years. Like literally years. Mana TFT, like people, I think the popular site to use is Tactics Tools for a bunch of different things because people are used to it. But Meta TFT, I've always been a big proponent of using multiple stat sites. If you use TFT Academy, you should also use other guides. Like you should look at Robin's guide handbook. You should look at Sologo Song's tier list because having multiple sources of these information is really important, I'd say. Dishsoap up too. He's going Vex 3. Oh, so he's trying to see Vex primary is good. He's testing to see if Vex primary is good. 5 Chem Baron. Okay, so Taro's at 260. So if he loses, he'll get to 400 in 2 rounds. 504 rounds. I don't think he can take 4 rounds. Actually, he might be able to. Might be able to. Kind of depends on... he also can just like win. Right? Yeah, Vex primary has been something that people are experimenting with as well. Any news about the new set? The closest thing to... I have to choose my words fairly carefully here. There are things about this patch that are teasing the next set. Perhaps. Who knows? Maybe. Is Ambusher reroll S tier in some portals? Yeah, I would say so. Maybe not like... Oh, wait, wow. He is Morgana 3. Morgana Wave! But yeah, I would say so. Like, artifacts can be really good because you get an artifact for Smeech. But the thing is, you still need to start with a Smeech. Gold Orb. Full item. That's good. You want to actually itemize both Morg 3 and Vex 3. Believe it or not, this is like a really item-hungry composition. Saves Belt in a tier. Pop. You could take Guardbreaker or Spark here. But Guardbreaker is probably Bis damage. So he's gonna make Shiv. Transition you. Oh, he changed over to Morgana. So he used Vex. Okay, he uses Vex as an item holder here. In which case, it's Guardbreaker. Or Guardbreaker Shiv. Good combo. If you guys didn't know, Guardbreaker, after damaging shield, gets 15% damage amp. Technically, the lightning from Shiv actually can activate it. So, Guardbreaker Shiv has some good synergy. It's like a hidden synergy. This is like old news to anyone who's played since set 8. We like knew that, or like we discovered this back in set 8. But, like, honestly, some people forget this. There's like small interactions like that. Taro hit a Savika. 6 Chem Baron. Oh shit. Ooh. Our worlds today. Yep, you missed it, man. You missed it. Worlds is today. Actually, honestly, with the way some people don't get their TFT esports marketing, it wouldn't surprise me if you just straight up missed it. Unlikely duo. You skip and you level and you roll. Actually, does he roll? He might want to lose one more. And then the thing is, you could roll here and upgrade, but like not actually win still. Like you could, okay, except for Smeech 3. Whatever. He's just gonna be safe. Kevin Parker with the Dumbify Blazing Soul Twitch. Binteum with Martial Law Enforcers. Kangsunjong with Overheal on his family. Dishsoap still streaking. He can lose 2. You are correct that he could lose 2. You're correct that he could lose 2, but you do want... but ideally, you have multiple lives. I guess the logic would be... if you lose 2, it's because there's something that you think that will beat 500 in the lobby. Because then you're at 1 life. You know what? I'm down for him to skip. He skips. You know, the funny thing is he might win by accident now. He might actually win. So, okay, maybe I remove items. Because, like, if you win... Yeah. Okay, he's dialed and he's dialed. If you win, you go to 535, you are just so sad. Oh, the speech counter, the training dummy. Okay, and speech is good at killing units, so yeah, he kills 3, kills 4 maybe. 3's good enough. Okay, 600. 11 HP. Okay, 11 HP. On the low, you can go for 700. You just lose by two units or less, and then you win the final one. On the final one, you win on no, because you skip. Remember, you skip. You get to 15 HP. You get to 15 HP, and then you can take a good loss, lose by a few units. Believe it or not, he won't die. He won't die if he skips again. He can skip one more time. He's probably not going to do it, but he could skip one more time. Just saying. Because, like, think about it. Do you think his board's actually going to lose? Veg. He could have gone for 700. I'm convinced. Okay, he wins the game, but he could have gone for 700. You would be skipping here? In scrims? Okay, in scrims, because I want to be taken seriously by these players, I probably wouldn't skip. But if I'm streaming, yeah, I'm skipping, man. Are you kidding me? 15 HP and I have Smeech 3 with 3 items. I would lose the last fight, be at 15, and then try to all in for the win. Yes. 100%. These are Abyss items. Oh yeah, I think the only thing better than Voltaic Saber for Smeech is probably Flesh Ripper. The Perfected Executioner Chainblade and Perfected Flesh Ripper is probably like the better ones. But I think Taro won the game. Okay, let's look at Dishsoap's POV. Dishsoap took Protected Shielding. Center of the universe. Okay. Morris went for Sniper Watcher. Okay. Mentorship into snipers. Dramatic entrance. Center of the universe. Deisik. Five Ambusher, 5 Carrot. And by the way, he's trying to Pandora's into Savika 3. Bad news for Binteum. Bad news for Binteum, because now Binteum's very low HP with Kevin Parker. Both these guys are going to be struggling for their life. What are you guys yapping about in chat? Bro, we are talking about Scuttle Puddle. Use your brain, use context. Whoa. There are people yelling in chat, man. Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Right where I want it.
I mean, he's not wrong though. Use your brain and use context. That is actual challenger advice. As actual challenger advice. He's not wrong though. He's not wrong. And all these players are just playing for like 6. Because they just know that they're on borrowed time because Taro's about to completely destroy them. So and then all these players are playing for like 4th. Ironbog's probably gonna be like 3rd plus. So it'd be like Taro, Ironbog plus like one other player, Dishsoap or Mars or Big. Watch Taro. I mean, he already won the game. You just want to watch him 9-0 everybody? 6 Chem Baron, 750 HP. He's gonna transition to Voltaic Saber on Silco, which is pretty good. This is actually something kind of unintuitive, but Voltaic Saber is actually best on Silco because every 6 instances of damage, that actually works with his monstrosities, because the monstrosities nibble, right? So like every single time they attack, it's an instance of damage. But it actually works like way better with Silco than it does. But it's like weird because it gives you 45 AD and AP, and it says recommended users Svika Smeech, but it's like one of those weird things. You have to use your brain, use context, and all caps. Kangsunjong dead. What's the Smeech anomaly? Does it even matter? Come back, sorry. I griefed this guy stage 2. Yeah, you're right. If you didn't grief him, he'd be at 700. He would be at 700. Do you guys know why Taro didn't go for 700? It's because the Dishsoap's fault. This Dishsoap guy is so bedge. Anti-content. Anti-content. Oh, this guy's so dead. See if this sniper... I'm interested by the sniper board from Morris, because this board has been underperforming for quite some time now. Oh, God. Oh, never mind. I thought his opponent had Rumble too. Rumble pair, Ezreal 3. Okay, we got Twitch 2. Who's gonna cast Worlds if you're traveling Japan? Well, I'm not... Like, there's actually a main broadcast for TFT. And I believe Alan... Wait, Savika 3? Oh, that's why they wanted to watch. They wanted to see them hit Savika 3. Holy shit. Her flamethrower does 4,500 true damage. Her chomp deals 14448. Extendo punch, 13k. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, what he should do is sell everything except for the Savika. Just style on. Oh, actually, no, he needs the Chem Baron items, right? Oh, the jackpot! The jackpot! Oh, wait, you know what? He ended the fight too fast because doesn't she just print until the round was over? He won the fight too fast. She does it every time? Oh, does it? Oh, okay. I thought it was like one of the 3 because I was reading her abilities. I mean, it shows that I don't really hit Savika 3 very often. I'm not a high roller. He sold the Smeech instead of benching it for the Chem Baron item. Oh, who cares? He could actually it might be optimal because now he can just Shape Shimmer, by the way, and gain HP. He's 15 life, so now he has 2 lives guaranteed. He not that he needed it, but he could actually sell everything but 3 Chem Baron and just start rolling for like 3-star 5 costs of all kinds. He can even go for 3-star 6 costs. I know that sounds crazy, but he's in a position to play for 3-star 6 cost. I would be down to see that. I would be down to see that. See how much gold he can print with this. Oh, she does print gold every single time. Oh my god! It's like 60 gold. Oh, because of perfected chain blade. That's why. Okay, so he's trying to go for Jinx 3. The thing is, holding these extra copies of Jinx means that these 2 stars can't roll into Jinx 2. So Oh, there's a chest on the ground as well. Okay. Just roll. Roll. Jace. LeBlanc. You just sell all your, like, sell like Renata, man. Just, like, play the 5 cost. Play the 5 cost. Sell, like, the Renata. Who cares about the Camille? You know? It's... Oh, man. Miss LeBlanc 3. Oh, Jinx 3. Okay, we feed up our bench. We feed our bench. Holy cow. Holy cow. 2 dupes. Perfect. They can be gold. We can hit Renata 2 finally. Because we're committed to it. Hit Renata 2. Or we can use it for 2-star Camille. Okay, Warwick. We need that Renata 2. Yeah, we have it though. We have it. We have Renata 2 as a huge spike. A huge spike. Is Conquer good now? It's better than it was before. You can't even pick up his orbs because he's playing Scuttle Puddle. Too many items. Okay. Okay. He'd roll past like LeBlanc 3 like 6 times. Roll past Mord 3 like 6 times. He's trying to go for a 6 cost. Like, I'm telling you, man, just get rid of this Camille and this Renata, please. Just get rid of the Camille and the Renata. Warwick 2. Oh, man. He's going for 6 cost 3. So I understand exactly what he's going for. He also has, like, he's running into, like, bench space issues or board issues, and he can just, like, abandon it. Now he's just trying to actively roll and see if he can hit all of it. Whoa! 7 mils! 7 mils! Oh, but Daisik's about to die. Daisik's about to die. Deisik is about to die. No, you have to sell. You have to, okay, hold on. Does he have Banished Mage? Oh, he doesn't have Banished Mage. Sad. Victor? Because I was thinking he could sell everything but the Mel and have Banished Mage, but he can't actually live. Yeah. It's okay. If you've never played these spots, it's actually really hard. It's actually really hard to play these spots. I know that sounds like silly to say, but like, there's just so many tasks to do. Should just everything go for Mel 3. He's just playing a different game than everybody else. Strong second from Dishsoap. Strong second, I think. Oh no, Deisik. Sorry, Deisik. Deisik versus Dishsoap. All right. Join in. Do you guys want to stay in this lobby? We can also go to the other lobby with Prestivent, Double61, and folks. Oh, it looks like they started. Wow, they just ditched the lobby. Oh, they juked us. They juked us. They juked us. I see. Set their profile to private. Oh, Dishsoap's got us though with the no profile, no private profile. He's the PP, but he had no PP. He was a perfect player, but he had no private profile. The PP with no PP. Love to see that. Oh wait, am I? It resets on different realm. Oh, okay. Yeah, you probably should set your profile to private. Getting kicked? Me? They said that scrims were open. Unless they're not open. I mean, like, is it really that big of a deal though? Okay, I personally think the bigger deal is the players. Okay, in scrims, some players literally just spectate and sit on a player's POV to learn how they play. That's where I think is more problematic. The way I spectate, if you're actually like a top level player, the way I spectate isn't even really that beneficial to learn. Dishsoap, are you still here? You understand what I'm talking about, right? Because I'm bouncing around and I'm missing so much context. And the only thing that you could really learn, like truly at the very top level, for me, is like what augments people are picking and what a lot of their like end game boards look like. Because you're not getting like the micro turn by turn understanding of how they built their decision making. But like at the very top level, the way people spectate in these scrims is, let's say I want to download everything Coco's doing. You literally just sit on Coco's POV and you just like record and then you just like AFK and just watch them play. So I know obviously I'm biased, but like if there's, it's not even that big of a deal to let me spectate. I'm just saying. It's not that big of a deal to let me spectate because I miss so much of what's important. That's Giga Sweat spectating. That's how you properly scout somebody, by spectating. That is why some people close their script, because they don't want someone to park on their POV to just see what's going on. Like, I don't even see a lot what people are holding on stage 1, for example. Like that's also really crucial. Like, players are looking for that kind of edge. What are they holding? Like, what other augments do they get offered? Like, how did they prep their transition turns? Things like that. We might catch small things here or there, but yeah. If you're in Worlds, do you still need to spectate other people? Yes. Know yourself, know your enemy. And most importantly, like, know every bug in TFT. It's all that was written in Sun Tzu's Art of War. The 3 golden rules. What Dishsoap placed in the game with the cooking pot? I think he went 4th. Please stay Dishsoap's board for a game or 2. Nah. I think it's less interesting to just watch someone's POV the whole time and just camp on them. Like, unless you're like very personally invested in only their result, but I'm not. I like to see full lobby context. Blade Dance Irelia. Ho, and an Akali too. Pretty good. What's the portal? Wind up monkey. AGIE and adaptive. Table scraps. That's interesting. But again, like, did he take table scraps because it was his best option, or did he take it because it was a weaker option? All that kind of context matters. Branching out is experiment. And then support mining. Oh, we got a hero augment lobby. Trolling versus Irelia. Okay. They don't want to say combat medic for the trifecta, the 1, 2, 3. I don't think so. Frank, can you give us your prediction about top 5 worlds? Like, who's gonna make it top 5? Who's most likely to top 5? I would I think I can pick 1 from each region plus a wild card. Based off what I've seen so far, the most likely player to top 5 from World from EMEA is Coco. Less Coco. He's been extremely impressive all set long. His ladder stats back it up. His eye test pass it up. He also thinks differently about the game. So there's like a lot of different things I like. So point number 1, historical tournament record. This set has been phenomenal, and also even previous sets. 2, ladder is looking good. 3, his eye test looks really good. 4, players say very high praise for him all the time. 5, he also thinks differently about the game. He approaches it very differently than a lot of other players who like say like, oh, like, this is my meta read, this is what I think is important. He's generally and very consistently correct and different from other players. So I think Coco is probably EMEA's best chance to have their second championship. Not that like other players are bad at all. Like Double is really great, but I would take Coco as the EMEA guy. From North America, I mean, it's like, how can you look at 2.7 AVP at regionals and not pick Dishsoap to be the most likely consistent player here? But I think it's got to be Dishsoap. And then number 3, let's see, let's go to APAC. Probably Ironbog. Ironbog is let's just watch the win streaker. Ironbog is a 2-time back-to-back regionals champion in set 12 and set 13. Hardest region to compete in because of basically its all-star lineup. He's won regionals twice in a row, which is I think literally never been done before in TFT, and he did it post-merge in the most recent 2 sets. It's like winning 2 regionals back-to-back in like set 5 and 6 is way easier than it is to win now. Unbelievable. He's also rank 1 global all of set 12, for example. So like he has but it's not just like luck. He's clearly very good. I know a lot of people will probably pick title because of his results, but the reality is I think that some players have more momentum than him, and I think Ironbog is probably the guy. Also, I think Taiwan is a very underrated region. Taiwan reminds me of like kind of like Germany, or maybe even like basically like they're in a region where other people steal the spotlight and they don't pay attention to their best players as much, because in APAC it's all about Vietnam and Korea and other things, but Taiwan actually has consistently some really good players, like really good players, and Ironbog is the best in my opinion from there. Kind of like when people talk about EU, they always talk about like France, and they don't talk about like many of the other countries. But Germany's like a pretty well-known good country as well. So it's probably like whatever the 3rd best country is in EMEA. Who's the 3rd best country in EMEA? Maybe like Turkey, or like or not Turkey, but like because they're like kind of hit or miss. Actually, I don't know. Wait, KP. Well, who's like who would you consider to be the 3rd like consistently best performing country? Spain, maybe? Poland. Wait, actually Poland's a good one. That's a really good one. Spain or Poland. Basically, it's like a country that people don't talk about very often as being like a supplier of really strong players, mainly due to either the size of the player base or just like the lack of popularity or controlling the headlines. But they're very good. Yeah, I think that's good. Poland has been falling off. Oh shit. German player calling out Poland. Ooh, I thought things were tense on our borders and here in America. All right. Prestivent trying to go for the 5 loss here. We're playing Blade Dance Aurelia. The most important item for Blade Dance Aurelia is Infinity Edge. The Academy actually sometimes helps Aurelia because you play Ezreal. So early game, what you can actually do is play Aurelia, Leona, Lux, Ezreal, and then play like Rebel, and then like put the IE on her or something like that. But unfortunately, I think Academy IE is a second item. So, but that's a small little tip. Whenever I play Blade Dance, I check the Academy, see if it's a applicable item to Aurelia. I mean, honestly, you could put JG on Aurelia as well to start things off. Like, it doesn't really matter that much. Just get 3 items on her. So it's just a small little mid-game tip for playing Blade Dance. We got Morgana reroll, we got Aurelia reroll, we got Trundle reroll. There's Soap playing Family reroll. It's a bunch of one cost reroll. One cost reroll galore. Experiment from Kasagod. He hasn't reforged it, but he could. Coco just playing Ambushers. He has BT Hodge and he has a Powder too. Might be Ambushers. He's also playing Patience is a Virtue, so he's racking up a bunch of free rerolls. Noel, 6. What do you think about Latin South players? I think their best players are pretty solid. My stocks are down on LATAM in general because I think their morale is kind of low. I every time I ever talk to anybody from LATAM, it just sounds depressing because they don't get many opportunities. The few opportunities they get, they just have to constantly be shat on for like how bad they are, and there's not a lot of representation that they get. And I don't think that their viewers even follow a lot of Spanish speaking. Like a lot of LATAM viewers just watch NA players because the reputation is that LATAM is terrible. So the LATAM viewers would just rather watch Setsuko and Dishsoap. Avanzote. So it's just like times are tough. I actually kind of hope, like, if you're talking about like who I hope wins Worlds from like kind of the underdog perspective, I think I want 2 regions to win Worlds anytime in the next few sets. One of them is Vietnam, because Vietnam's such a big region. I think that them winning would be huge for them. The second would be LATAM, because I think LATAM or Brazil. I think it'd be really, really big for them. But Brazil actually does pretty well, I think, in Americas, all things considering. I think most people understand that, okay, Brazil players might, on average, still not have the depth of Americas, but, like, there's, like, a growing list of players that, like, NA people respect, like, kind of a lot, so. But LATAM, I feel like, could use some love. We need Binteum to win. Well, Korea already won a championship, so I'm not... like, Korea... By the way, Korea's player numbers grew a lot this set, for set 13. So, that's definitely something to think about as well. Korea... Like, basically, I want TFT to continue to succeed, and you can look at it 2 ways. One, having success in an already existing popular country could be huge to drive more excitement. The second could be like what Tidal has done for Japan, because I think Tidal has brought a lot of interest to TFT from Japanese players because of his success. And as you guys know, Japan is actually a potentially pretty significant market, even though they're considered smaller than, you know, China and other things by like a lot, but that's like huge, right? So I would love one or the other. We need Weijin to win. All right, so I picked 4 players. So the 5th player, and I'm NA biased, so I'd probably say the second most likely player to do well at Worlds is Weijin, from NA, just because he's gotten at the doorstep before. At set 9, he got 3rd, and the only reason why he wasn't able to play for the win was because set 9 was when Tidal won in 4 games. He went like 1-1-1-1 and just won the whole tournament, so he was just never gonna win that tournament. But he got to the final lobby and he was really, really good. And the really interesting thing about that set in particular was that's largely perceived to be like the worst Worlds patch ever, because that was the Earth tome popping one. I actually think that was also the lowest watch Worlds, because the meta was so bad, you guys. Everyone was just popping tomes at 2-1 because Earth legend, and it was just so boring to play for verticals. And players like Tidal and Weijin and Wet Jungler still found edge. And so I always think very highly of players like that. Like Weijin he did have edge. Even in the worst of metas, the top players always find a way to get edge. And Weijin found edge that patch. Anyways, that's my top 5 picks. Why they only realized Earth was broken in the last patch is because something else was really popular. It was Pandora's into Twisted Fate. People would play... So, if you don't know, back in set 9... Oh, monkey time. Back in set 9, you could pick a legend before the game started that represented you. It's kind of like picking a little legend. You would pick an avatar. Oh, that's actually really good for the hero augments. Really good for the hero augments. And then... I think Noel. Radiant Hot. Oh, he doesn't have BT. BT is way better than Hot.
Man,
sure.
I'm getting more dogged again.
He's getting screwed on items pretty bad. Holy cow, his items are so bad. Oh, man. Tier. Yeah. Noel is getting absolute dookie. So you could pick like a legend before the game, and it would guarantee that the first slot in your augment choice was going to be something. So people would pick Twisted Fate because it would guarantee you Pandoras. And people would pick Pandoras and play into a reroll comp. The reroll comp was called Multicasters. It's basically like mages where you double cast, and it was ungodly strong because 2-star 2 cost would be able to compete with 2-star 4 cost. And so, and because it's 2 cost, it was actually correct for like 3 people to play reroll multi-strikers in the lobby and hard force it with perfect items every single time. It was really bad. And everyone was convinced that that was the best line in the game. So people were not playing Earth. But you know what beats ridiculous rerolls? Insane verticals that get enabled because of free emblems. So that was the only thing that beat that meta. So that was basically the meta. The meta was play your multicaster reroll comp, play your verticals, and the other out was like high roll something insanely good, right? So like any high roll spot can beat the meta comp. Like if you played like Ionia Vanquisher, you could probably compete, but you need to hit exactly like Xayah 2, Nila 2, and have perfect items for it. And even then, you still need the +1 Ionia, +1 Vanquisher emblem, because you wanted to play 6 Ionia, 6 Vanquisher. But yeah, that was the worst Worlds meta ever, and even then, the best player still found edge by like a lot. That's actually a good thing that it happened in hindsight. It was terrible to go through it, but like in hindsight, it's a good thing because that means that TFTs. I mean, people like to joke it's not a competitive game, but like even in the worst of metas, there's edge. Even if it's not fun, the problem is that it's not fun, right? When it's not fun and it's boring and it's tired, it's not interesting. That's bad, but there's still edge to be gained. Okay, so Dishsoap hit this 3-star. Tarteman hit 3-star Morgana. So much 1-cost reroll in this lobby. So much 1-cost reroll. Radiant blue buff. I remember reading the stats. Radiant Gunblade was also really good. But Radiant blue buff generally is just really powerful. Anyone that likes the blue buff. And then Noelle, did he get better items? He got Titan. Still looking for Bloodthirster. I think Noelle is probably going to fall off the hardest because trolling is supposed to win streak early. That's like what its edge is, and then it falls off later in the game. But because he's behind on his items and he had to do a Radiant item on a Radiant Hodge as opposed to something else, I think he's gonna fall off. So I actually anticipate Noelle to go like 5th-ish. Maybe if things go really well, he can top 4, but 5th or 6th would not surprise me at all. Prestivent, I really like Rebel +1 because that means you can hit 7 Rebel very quickly. And that 7 Rebel breakpoint is really important for Irelia in particular. Bad luck protection. Well, he goes over heal. Oh, interesting. Okay. That was the one I was expecting the least. Okay. Okay. Coco rolling 7 Smeeches right now. Gem for support cash. Look at Big Soap. Locket. Locket's fantastic. Double61. Moonlight Zyra. Radiant. Oh, this setup is nasty. This setup is really nasty. Now, because this turns into a Zyra 3 guarantee. Oh. Okay. Well, soon it's going to turn into a... I forgot that he was playing Morgana. Soon it'll turn into a guaranteed 3-star Zyra. Oops. Oh, well. Because you know what makes Moonlight good? Isn't just the 3-star. Look at the second half of the sentence. Gains 45 AD and 45 AP. That's a lot. That is a lot. Can we read what 7 Rebel does? 7 Rebel gives 45 AD and 45 AP. It's kind of a lot. Twitch. Starry Night good in family? Yeah, it's pretty good. I wouldn't say that it's like the best augment for a family, but it's good. Anything that helps you reroll or incentivizes you to be rewarded for rerolling. So superstars, I think superstars and no scout no pivot are probably the 2 best combat augments for family, and then 2 of the best reroll augments are shot glitch Sorry, Nick. This is good. Bulky Buddies. Wins anyways. Uh-oh. So now he wins without Bulky Buddies? Do you think he's going to remember Bulky Buddies? Uh-oh. Why are 80 gains all percentages instead of flat? That was a design choice a while ago, and I think it's because of I think it was a choice of consistency with how stats work, because AP is percentage. It'd be weird if it was like something was flat and something was percentage, even though they're kind of mirrored stats. Like physical, like it'd be weird if magical was percentage, but physical was flat. And then also I think for balance reasons. Because flat AD in the early game is really, really good, but flat AD in the late game, percentage-wise, gets outscaled. So it's sort of like a way for them to have a different balance lever. Okay. Oh, no, he remembered. Bulky Buddies. Bulky Buddies. Good for him. Good for him. Okay, Noel's win-lose. Noel's win-lose. Let's take a look at Prestivent's Irelia. Maybe overheal is really good, because Irelia could. It's like triple healing for Irelia. Does her dash actually count as an attack? 2. I don't think so, right? No, she's healing because of the BT and the Hodge.
Oh, what's Frodan doing?
I think she's healing from the BT and the Hodge more than actually didn't get the actual attack. Oh. Streak ruined. Mort, thanks for the raid. Welcome, more viewers. How are the Chonk Treasure games? How are the Chonk Treasure games? We're watching the World Scrims. We're watching, it's a hero augment heavy lobby. We have Blade Dance Irelia. Ooh, he's thinking about power up. I think Irelia still wants survivability. I don't think she wants pure offense. I think, like, for example, she's still really good with things. You could take this, but I think it's a reroll lobby though, so I'm not sure if it's as good. But she's really good with like the Stone Skin Bulwark stuff. I mean, you could take this as well. It's fine. Let's look at Noelle, who's playing Trundle, Legacy of Shurima, and then we have Dishsoap, 3-star family, Mini Me's. Ooh, that's fun. The double Rage Blade, so a bunch of attack speed scaling, reducing their armor. That can be good. Also, Dishsoap, by the way, very crucially, has Savika on 7. Classic. We can't browse past that casually. Just on a rerolled Titanic Strike. 27 AD. Coco, Berserker Rage, 25 AD and AP. And then Tarteman, Giant Rel, Stone Skin Mundo. 5 experiments. Okay. We get everyone. Double went Moonlight Zyra. Kill streak. I think very highly of Moonlight. And it's actually a contrast, because Greater Moonlight doesn't give as many stats as this one. Okay, but he went up against this board and lost. Right, maybe Double might struggle a little bit here. Oh, it's because he doesn't have 6 sorcerer yet. Oh. Who's he missing? He's missing... Oh, he sold Lux, and he doesn't have Lux. Oh, that's awkward. But the idea is that usually you play 3 sorcerer, 6 sorcerer plus 3 experiment, because the true damage bonus actually does matter a lot. One of the more misunderstood things about experiment, I think in general experiment kind of was too tricky of a... It honestly was just a really weird trait. There's a lot of small things that you have to like learn about it that people still don't know or even understand. So like one thing, for example, is like the mutation survives. The augment that kills the unit here in this hex, the one that kills the unit right here in the bottom center. Boom. It kills that unit and you get the bonus, but you don't get like the experiment clone for like having the plus 1 emblem. It's like there's like a bunch of weird things like that. The other thing is I think people don't understand like exactly how to evaluate the experiment bonuses either. Because like a lot of people are like, is it always Mundo, or why are you putting Urgot on it? You know, One thing that you don't need to understand is that 50% true damage is a lot, especially on the ability cast. Zyra's is very, very good. Okay, Noelle falling off as well. Looks like Coco's making the big comeback with 3-star Smeech. If you also, the wind-up monkey was the radiant item, so everyone has a radiant. It was the masterwork upgrade. Oh, he can't play Lux. Oh, you're right, because of the moonlight. So he just needs to hit LeBlanc. You're right. Yeah, you know what though? If he was actually the GOAT, wouldn't he just play Lux and hit the Zyra every single time? You're saying you can't play Lux. I say that's Twitter mentality. This is Prestivent versus Dishsoap. This Irelia is an absolute menace. Holy cow. Also, it seems like... It seems like the overheal is good. Overheal is like one of those augments where, quite frankly, I usually use stats to evaluate because it's like hard to understand exactly how impactful it is. Every third attack deals 150% damage and heals 50% of damage. It's like, okay, that sound, those are big numbers. That sounds good. And then you click it and you're like, is it actually good? It's hard to understand. What stats? I'm saying that's what, like, I okay, let me say it again. I would like to have stats for, like, I don't have the stats for it, so like it's something that like you would want to know. Stuff like that is quite opaque to me, and I can't. You can make an educated guess, but at that, it's just like a general guess. Okay, you know what? If you're not able to play 6 Sorks, though, the Moonlight Zyra ain't too hot. Stuck on 4 or 5 Sorks. Ah, this lobby is really close. No one died. The race to the bottom. 3rd place at 18. 8th place at 8 HP. I think the only person that's clear top 4, like 100%, is Prestivent. I think everyone else can bot 4. Dishsoap can bot 4 with 2 losses. Noelle, we said, is falling off already with Trundle. He basically got item screwed in the mid game, and it took too long for him to reestablish his footing. So I think I pegged him at 4th, 5th. So we'll see if he ends up doing that. Doubles playing no 6 Sorcerer. I'm actually surprised Coco lost. He still lost to Prestivent. He lost to Fall Help. Oh, Trist 3. Oh, Emissary Trist. Oh, wow. Emissary Trist is really... That's her best version. He's also going for Corki 3 and Garen 3. Cast a god with the classic hit everything on Twitch and go 8th. Experiment +1. He's debating who to put on the Hex. He's not putting the Experiment emblem on the Hex. He's letting Savika take a lot of aggro, and it feels like you kind of want Savika to be a little bit safer and take less damage. That way, 1, she can get multiple casts off, and 2, she has Redemption. You kind of want to heal Redemption or something. Yeah, unfortunately, I think Twitch is still kind of a fraud. Coco lost. Oh, he lost to Double61. Did Double61 hit LeBlanc? Did not. Actually, so interesting. Smeech 3 lost to this. I wish I could have watched that fight. Hey, Frodan, you're my first Twitch sub ever. You helped me get the matches in my full first set. So thank you. Congratulations, Muscle Daddy TV. Wow. Muscle Daddy TV. That's a username. Sounds like a channel I would subscribe to as well. Noelle's playing backline Elise to support Trundle. I see. This is an interesting idea. They did buff backline Elise, so maybe backline Elise can be Trundle's backline carry. A little bit of a mismatch in terms of damage type, though, because she's magic damage and Trundle's physical, so she doesn't have Shred, for example, I think, itemization-wise, so it's going to neuter a significant amount of damage. And then you also factor in that he's playing on Elise. Like it's a bot 4 here. Oh my gosh, it's a 3-player death. Ooh, it's a 6th. Dishsoap with a 4th. Man. And Prestivent just running away with it. Blade Dance Aurelia is very good. Very good. Also because it seems like Prestivent was also the beneficiary of hitting a really good combo setup with the items, as well as I don't think that many people were playing Sentinels this lobby. Sometimes when a lot of people play Sentinels, you just never hit a Lowy 2, and also some people are pulling a lot of your Irelias. So macro-wise, it ended up helping, like, the way the lobby panned out. Was very favorable for him. Corki 3? One off. He's one off. He's one off. Is anyone holding Corki? Anyone holding Corki? No? Ah! Corki reroll. IE here. You know what I actually would prefer? I actually feel I would prefer to move the Gunblade over to Corki 3 from Tristana. Because Corki 3... Actually, I'm assuming Corki is better than Tristana 3. I think he should be. Like, I would actually triple stack him instead. I feel like Corki should do more damage than Trist, and the Gunblade is more powerful. I mean, it probably doesn't matter. He probably wins anyways. But on the off chance that it does matter, I would prefer to be safer than sorry. The overheal with 7-roll makes it so much better. I mean, yeah, like I said, I wasn't thinking about overheal. I don't know how to evaluate this augment that well because it feels like quite a difficult augment to like understand if it's having high impact, but he's taking overheal, and it seems like his Irelia is able to stay alive longer, and this Irelia has been dueling so many things and winning. Vow Corki. He has a Reforger, and he vows his Corki. Wait a second. I think we might have the legendary 2 people alive, 2 people streak. Wait, oh, Preston's going against Corki 3 though. Ah, okay. We were about to have the classic 2 people alive, 2 people win streaking. Oh, technically that's true right now for about 3 seconds. Show Corki damage. 12,105. Pretty good. 16,000 for the ghost fight. Stop isolating Tristana 3 as a normal 3-star 2 cost. Her power budget is entirely on her stacks and anomaly. Are you talking to me? You make it sound like we're bullying Tristana or something like that. Tristana's great. This means Vow Corki is Biff? Yeah. Yeah, that's what it means. Prestivent forfeits. Pandora's bench. For the Tristana Corki reroll. Sounds pretty good. Trist Corki reroll sounds pretty good.
Things aren't going to improve themselves.
You guys, Street Fighter just tweeted about me. I looked at this. I got a notification. I got tagged in the tweet. He's got the tactics to fight as a team. Can Frodan help secure the win in the reject Fight Night Stage Jam Slam? And that's me. Look at that. When will you bring Street Fighter skins to Fortnite? He legit looks like he could be one of the Power Rangers in the 90s. Oh, that's a compliment. Did you put a Vow on the lease as opposed to Thief's Gloves? Vow on Caitlyn's actually kind of good too, believe it or not. I think it's fine. Okay, we're back to World Scrims. Prismatic Party. Prismatic Party. Okay, Preston. Okay, so we have triple Prismatic, very high power level. We got Prestivent. I'm down to look a little bit of what Wage and Iverson's doing as well. At what cost? Hedge fund, upward mobility. These are all econ related, so he's just gonna take econ, the best econ one, I think. Upward mobility is like one that gives you the most flexibility because you don't have to like. There's no pressure to keep your win streak going. Tactician's Kitchen into Bruiser. Interesting. After God pops. Gold Collector if he wants to play around Tristana. Silvermere Dawn if he wants to reroll. If he wants to stay open, he could take these. These are much more generic and less sharp. Leona, Ziggs, Zeri. So Zeri and Leona, you can play Sentinel reroll with Zeri. But his items are very not Zeri-like. His items are Tear, Sword, and Belt. You had to slam Redemption first item for Zeri, and then play for Gunblade without having a Rage Blade. So, so the upside of this is like pretty high, but this current situation is awkward. Coco with Ghost of Friends Past. Okay. This is quite a good augment now, I think. I don't know if it's like it's nowhere near as busted as it was before. When it was at its prime, peak Ghost of Friends Past was unstoppable. Unstoppable. It was like straight up averaging like a 3.5 in PB or something like that. We were looking at the stats and it was crazy. 3.3 or something like that. But now it's better, but nowhere near that. Sorry, better than it was before, but nowhere near that peak. Investment strategy into family. Oh, investing into family. You know what? That's always a good investment. Flexible into Black Rose emblem. Okay, that's actually great. Black Rose is actually a true flex trait for AP because basically Black Rose gives you a core to build out of. You could build it both as a frontline and a support trait. Or you can even potentially find a way to lean into Black Rose. If you get to Black Rose Crown, you can try to play 7 Black Rose as well. And 7 Black Rose is nothing too crazy. It's actually one of the more beatable double emblem boards. But it's still quite good for top 4s. It just doesn't win as often. I think people expect it to win, but it's mainly like just a really difficult scion to deal with. You always sack AP with it for Ghost of Friends Past? No, actually. We actually, believe it or not, the most common setup for Ghost of Friends Past is actually AD. So I think Coco is just, I think this is sort of a test to see if it can work with AP. Because what the most common strategy to do with Ghost of Friends Past is to sack a bunch of frontline units. So that way you get a bunch of HP. And then that HP has good synergy with Sentinels, for example. Because Sentinels gives you a bunch of resistances, and so they get more effective HP.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
You multiply armor and health. So that's like one way to do it. Another would be to play Ghost of Friends Past with things that scale off of HP. So Bruisers, for example, get bonus HP off your existing HP, which tend to make that value even higher. So those are like 2 common things that we've seen people do. But the problem with Bruisers is that you have to play Twitch. There's like no other variation that's commonly known. And playing Bruisers Twitch without the Bruiser emblem is like really sus. I think a lot of people just tend to play either Emissary Corki or they play something else, like maybe Twitch Experiment. But the augment is kind of seeing a little bit of a renaissance. I think some people are willing to sack it for AP, which is kind of what's going on right now. And the theory could be that Visionaries really want scaling AP. If you think about like another really powerful augment with Visionaries, I think Visionaries are really good with no scout, no pivot, and that's because you get a ton of scaling ability power over time. And that complements the mana gain really well. So right, you spam cast a lot and you get a ton of ability power, so you can deal a bunch of damage. Sometimes if you have too much mana but not enough AP, you just kind of tickle your opponents, which sounds kind of hot, but you don't really want you don't want to tickle or something like that. Tank meme stacked only AD and played raw dog Twitch first. Yeah, like Twitch is pretty common. Specifically, when I was saying about the Bruiser Twitch, is that it's about stacking HP into Bruiser Twitch, but you just might as well just stack it and just play Twitch. And Bessa carry is broken if you stack AD on it. I don't agree. I feel like the optimal scenario for a Bessa to carry is quite impractical to the point where if you're like, well, if you get all these different conditions, you can make anything sound good. Basically, part of what makes units very OP, there's a couple of different things. Sometimes the numbers are just really big. But another thing that makes something, quote, OP is its versatility and how many restrictions and conditions you need to unlock its actual performance. So what's actually an OP unit? Is there, I mean, maybe there's not that many because we're at the end of the set. But can we pick a unit that was really OP at any point of this set? Swain. Okay, so Swain at one point was really, really busted, right? Oh, sorry. Well, Victor. Victor's actually a really good example of it because it did not matter. Okay, Victor's a prime example. This is actually good. Victor, it did not matter what your board was. You could be playing Rebels, you could be playing Twitch, you could be playing Black Rose, you could be playing Enforcers. Did it matter what your board was? Would Victor be playable on your board and actually add a lot of value and be impactful? Yes. So like that was like he was like part of what made Victor so OP was his effect, but also another really hidden part about it. It's not really that hidden because you saw it all the time. Was that he basically was never bad and always made your board insanely good. And that's not hyperbole. It was like incredibly versatile, way overloaded of a kit. He was just good. And so if you're like, well, if you have, and the problem with something like Mbessa is you need like not like I'm not even exaggerating. You need like 9 things for it to be going for her to actually carry as a primary. It's like way too conditional. And if you're at that point, you can make anything sound good. WTF, what's all this yap? Just got here to watch some TFT. So you want me to stop talking? All right, so Thief Corp has made it very clear it's me or Thief Corp. So I put it up to the jury. Either I stop yapping,
I'm getting more dogged again,
or Thief Corp is timed out until set 14. What do you guys want? He's clearly said it's me or Frodan, guys. Who do you guys want? I'm out here actually trying to drop a fundamental lesson to help players to level up, and this guy is just like, bro, just put the fries in the bag. He said, typing with his greasy ass fingers because he's at lunch. Either on his mobile device or on his keyboard. Gross, by the way. Wash your fucking hands. Literally typing while eating lunch and watching TFT. Be like, yeah, buddy, but who asked? Say with a full mouth. Bro, swallow first before you can talk. Thank you. All right. Sword Overflow, Radiant Refractor, Freaky Fire. Looks like a Prestivent spot. Prestivent spot's pretty interesting with his Econ Star, so Pandora's. Looks like he's going to try to gear towards Rebels. Rebels got a lot better, mainly because they anchored around Vex in the early game. Vex got a lot better. But this is not exactly like... Oh, he's trying to int into Coco. So it's a battle of the loose streakers. Is Coco also on 5 loft? It is. So the loser gets to keep their loose streak. So they are actually the winners. And it looks like Prestivent, with that rearrangement, I think he lost. And that actually is kind of sad for Coco. But good for Prestivent, because he really wants to maintain his streak. And upper mobility gives you a lot of HP as well. Frodan equals mean. It's true. It's true. I've been seeing Mortdog clap back at chat a little bit more often. He raided me. I need to keep the energy strong. I need the grumpy old man on weekends energy to come through. Quit yapping. We're trying to focus on Thieves Core's bad takes. Oh, 6 Zeries already. Is he rolling on 5? Wage and Iverson was this natural or was he rolling? Okay, it can't be natural because if he was econing, then he wouldn't be at level 5 2 out of 20. I'm confused on this cross-region scrimming. Doesn't it defeat the purpose? Joy. No, not necessarily, because well, there's a couple elements about it. The first element is that there's not many people playing the set anymore. You don't actually have that many people to practice with. The most invested people that still are informed to help you get good practice are people who are in the world championships. So there's like a significant lack of players who are actually like engaged at the top level now. Most people are taking an off season, right? People are asking like, why isn't X person streaming right now? It seems like it's only Mort, only Frodan, only Robin, only Emily. It's like the reality is because a lot of people are just taking their off season and relaxing. And in TFT, it's really important to take a break because you could, if you don't, you'll just go insane with your lack of work-life balance. Oh, he's rolling for Zeri 3. Oh my, wait, Zeri Wave. The wave theory. I mean, at this point, he's kind of close. But how much do you actually want to dig for it? He's actually playing Bruiser Zeri. Yeah, Wajan's winning worlds, man. Wajan's winning worlds. That's crazy. 3 rolls, 3 Zeris. Actually, it was like 4 rolls. It was like 4 rolls. So, okay, so he's playing Bruiser Snipers, but he's going to play Zeri 3 and then play Twitch as a duo carry and then put Bruiser onto the Mundo, right? So instead of playing, a lot of times people play Twitch and then Caitlyn, he's going to play Twitch Zeri, or actually specifically Zeri primary, Twitch secondary, so it'd be Zeri Twitch. And then still give Mundo the Bruiser emblem on level 8. And he's actually not even that far behind economically. Interesting. Isn't there another Zeri player? I didn't remember seeing one. Prestivent is Rebels. Coco is Visionaries. Tarteman is Dominators. Binteum is Family. Cassagod is Tristana. Oh, second Living Forge. Maybe Unending Despairs. It's kind of late in the game for Mogul's Mail. Like, Mogul's Mail is actually not a good late game item. And the window of which you can get gold is a lot thinner now. Like, basically, you're only... Part of what makes Mogul's Mail a solid early game item is that you could farm sometimes 2 gold a turn. Well, maybe for these, like, next few fights you can get a couple, but, like, you're gonna get only 1 gold a turn, but, like, mediocre stats. Oh, you're talking about the Exalted player. Oh, you're right. I forgot. The Exalted player did get it. Nah, he went for Ziggs. He's going for Ziggs, Leona. He's actually kind of far off. Oh. He took Invested Plus. And has been rolling above 80. Small little tip, you could roll to 70 with this, because then you could this technically counts your next round of interest as part of it. So at 71, he'll tick up to 85 gold or whatever, and that'll count for the extra rerolls. It's kind of weird, but basically, if you ever, you don't have to actually be at 80 gold to get investment value. The summary of his TLDR. How come they don't add this to a tooltip? Well, let's see. I didn't get hired to the Riot dev team, so I don't technically have to answer for them. But I'm pretty sure it's a combination of like they don't want too much text, and I think localization. Like there's like a limitation of how much text they want to actually write for stuff. Oh, he actually has it. 3 dupes. 'Cause they're lazy. Sure. Well, whatever gets us off this topic. It's not that important. Some people legitimately think it's because they're lazy. It's really not a laziness thing. But if you're convinced it's because they're lazy, nothing's gonna change your mind. So whatever. It says start of your turn, but the problem with that is that it's not consistent wording, because that doesn't apply to everything. Prestivent, is he fast 9? He is. Here's the fast 9 Prestivent. I kind of want to see Tarteman's 3-star rewards as well, so I want to stay on Tarteman to see his cash out. He's looking for Jinx. Holy cow, he has so much Jinx. Velvax. Rolling for he was looking for Zoe too. He's looking for Alawi. No Echo. Hey Alawi. Jinx. Oh. Oh. All right. Tarteman got an anvil. Ooh, Unending Despair is really good on Blitz. One of his best ones. Dig's playable without red buff? Yep. Yeah, he is. Oh, he's putting on Leona. Interesting. Leona is not really a gain shield type of unit. Oh, he has an infinite remover. Oh, okay. So he's just putting it now, and then when he gets Blitz 3, he removes it to Blitz 3. You know, I think Tarteman's spot has high potential. Very, very high potential. Don't the Ziggs 3, Cassio 3, Blitz 3 with Unending Despair is serious. It's very, very good. So just watch out. Preston got Radiant IE for Jinx. What? You don't need Ambusher, so you could actually take that out. You could play Nami, for example, here over Camille, because part of the reason why you have Ambusher is to get the crit strike chance stuff. He's debating it. But like, it's something you can think about, because the sorcerer for the sorcerer doesn't matter. People are like Nami for the sorcerer. It's actually the emissary bonus. The 2 bonus mana matters like a lot for Jinx, especially because he's autoing like 5 times for the cat. Actually, more like that, like 8. Yo! Very cool. And the mana also helps like Zoe and stuff like that, because she's also playing Rage Blade. I think Nami is better than, you know, and then you also have the unit quality issue, because Camille's not a bad unit. Is Kasagod a Worlds player? Yeah. The story of Kasagod is he's actually a coach. He's actually a player that is primarily known to coach other players. He's not like a player first. They're pinging his Jinx too. I mean, he had it for a couple turns now. If offered Brutal Claws, does he put it on Jinx? Yeah, because Jinx is the team. I mean, they captured the power fantasy pretty well. Like, without Jinx, Rebel sucks. There is no uprising. She is the central figure. Okay, what are we at with Ghosts of Friends Past? 45 AP. That's kind of a lot. So, 84 HP, 45 AP. See, the problem is that he's on 1-star Heimer. I think 1-star Heimer is gonna struggle a lot. A double. Double is contesting these dominators. So that is one thing that's annoying for Tarteman. That is one thing that's annoying for Tarteman. Coco 2. Tanking Nunu. Okay, that's an interesting idea. They did buff Nunu, so is Nunu more reliable as a tank? Okay, this is not really a fair fight to say, though, because Nunu was not even drawing any aggro at all. And I think his board quality is just so much higher. Wait. Lost to Weijin? Oh, Weijin got to 4 Bruiser, 4 Sniper, Radiant rate. Oh my gosh. He's looking for one of the best ones for Zeri. Huh. You know, that technically does scale off of the HP for Bruisers. This is I've always perceived that one to be kind of bad. Dragon Soul, you could take this if you want. Deep Roots. On Rennie. Stop rolling. He just wants to stop rolling. He's spending too much gold for this. Prestivent got nothing wasted. Jinx. Yowza. Comeback story. Binteum. Wolf familiars. Holy cow. Wolf familiars with double Deathblade. Those are 2 big bad wolves. You know, Dishsoap told me the other day that he calls the wolves, he calls the 2 wolves Lima and Oscar because he says that the only takeable unit you would play this with was Corki. Or at least not the only takeable, but like the one that he would think about the most. All right, let's see it. I'm very curious. I feel like they should add the wolves to the damage report. Should they not? Where are they? Where are they? Here they go. Here they go. The big wolves. Okay. Okay. I mean, it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Played on Tristana. No, I mean, I think there's more situations where you would take it. Basically, the situation you want to take this is when you have a lot of AD. And your front line is good enough that you feel like you can actually stall out for these wolves. So Tristana makes sense because she scales.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
Infinite AD. The double Deathblade scenario sounds good. Corgi's an artillerist. You can get a bunch of AD on him too. It all makes sense. Corki also has good survivability because I believe the wolves disappear when the unit dies. DJ Puddle, thanks for the 2 months. Welcome back. Love the 2-month resubbers. Six Watcher Tristana. That's cool take. Mel. He has to go to 8 for it. But the problem is he's still really dependent on hitting 3-star frontline. Probably just stack another tank here. Like maybe make an Ezreal item and stack another tank. Dude, belt overflow. No Garen, by the way. He's looking for Garen. He's gonna go Hodge. Oh, he's making it to level up for Mel next turn. I see. I see. So he's basically immediately recognizing that his spot is not very good. He's gonna play for placements. So he has to level, and so he's gonna level next turn, play the Mel, and start stacking Banish Mage to cheese placements. Of course, the irony is he hits the Scar right afterwards. Preston level 10. Rumble? Nah. I think level 10 is like reserved for like Victor. Like Victor, Mel, Warwick. More Ambusher. That's a placeholder. That's fine. Nami's also fine as well. Ah, you know what he's doing? He's actually sacrificing units for nothing wasted as well. He's frontlining so that way these units die and give Jinx more mana. So Ezreal dies, that's mana towards Jinx. Some people actually play like a powder. That powder can feed Jinx more mana as well. Holy cow, that's so much damage. Coco's strong now. He actually has the Heimer too. This lobby is really close. I actually don't know who's gonna. I don't know who's gonna top 4. The only person that I know is top 4ing is Weijin because he actually hit an insane setup. This setup is crazy. 6 bruiser, Randuin's bruiser. Like there's lots of love, but everyone's very low HP. Noel. Oh, Noel got a second Black Rose emblem, but he has no 7 Black Rose. Tarteman finally hit the Blitz 3 and the Casio 3. So a lot of these boards are really strong. I feel like Double is one of the weaker ones. I feel like his board is like too fair. Like his board is like fine, but I don't think he can keep up with like there's just a lot of juice set up. So we'll see. Maybe Ziggs3 is still a fraud. Oh my god. Kind of, yeah. Binteum lost. Castigod is like 100% bot 4. I think he's just playing for
Man, I'm getting more dogged
like
again.
a 5th. He's playing for the 5th with the banished mage. Family emblem. Isn't someone playing a family board? I think Noel was? No. Who's playing family? Oh, Binteum. Oh, that's a game changer. Volt's next for 3 months as well. How this board doesn't look like a triple prismatic. Yeah, exactly. But he does have good augments, like immovable object, good in the setup. Pumping up, good in the setup. Magic expert, pretty solid. Like everything is fine. Just I don't think he's like a likelihood to make top 4. Moving forward again. Just want to see what he gets. I don't think Blight and Jewel is like that good on her, but he might just take like Light Shield Crest or something. Binteum gets 4 family. You can put it on Vi. Oh, family Draven? Oh, interesting. Wait, equip your items. Equip your items. Okay. Yeah, this Weijin board is looking kind of crazy, though. Ooh, it's actually very close. Never mind, it's not very close. Binteum went 8th. Oh, no. Oh, he's the only person that died? Oh, man. I don't know about that item remove. I have to think about it a little bit closer, but, like, my instinct said that I think the item remove made him a little bit weaker, but I have to, like, watch that one again. We can go through the replay. Also, by the way, Castigod scammed a 7th here. 100%. He scammed the 7th. His spot, he had no business being here. No business being here. Noel playing the Black Rose versus the Dominators. Actually, I want to see the Ziggs in the Casca 3 Blitz 3 versus Weijin. Dude, Weijin's board is like so strong though. Yeah. Wow, Tarteman dead. Wait, Cassie might actually get a 6 based off the HP count. Nope, he just FF'd. He doesn't care. He just knows his bot 4. Wow, Double61 clutching a top 4. Impressive. This is a juice lobby. I did not expect Silco Ziggs duo. The Zilco, if you will. I didn't expect this to actually top 4. But I do think that some of these boards were on the weaker side. And Prestivent, Coco. Actually, Weijin lost. What did he lose to? He lost to Coco? Okay. So this bruiser board has a hard time dealing with the Visionary that's scaling really hard. I believe Ghost of Friends Palace does work on creep rounds as well. So he was sacrificing some units. Just smart heads up things, like stacking some units to get a couple extra stacks. It's those kinds of min-maxes that add up over time. 56 AP is kind of a lot. Yeah. Okay, so who wins the lobby? I feel like Coco... The Coco scaling is putting everyone in a difficult spot. I think Double61 has scaling in the form of pumping up, but he's level 8. I think he's just happy with the 4th. It's a really good 4th in double. This will be really telling. Coco versus Weijin. I feel like if Weijin can't win now, I don't think he'll ever win. But he's trying to go to 10. Also, we just hit Malzahar too, which is a really big deal. Oh wow, the ramp up is so strong. So it looks like Weijin's probably gonna get like a second. Actually, Prestivent's too low or too high in HP. He can't really die here. So I think Weijin's might be third. Because Prestivent's playing Coco now. Weijin plays a ghost. I don't know. If he gets a ghost fight here, he should be second, I think. Unless he takes 2 horrible losses back to back to both Prestivent and Coco, then he's third. But it looks like he's second. So this basically is determining who's winning the game. Does crazy rebel power spike get there? Like triple, like econ rebels good enough to beat the scaling? I don't know. Prestivent also has. Oh wait, Prestivent's also rolling for. No, he's only playing Rumble. He doesn't have Rumble Field on the board. Oh! Oh, the rocket was traveling. Never mind. I said he won't die. He died. He got exact lethal. Oh my god. Dude, that is actually, you know what it was? It was a positioning diff. Because if Prestivent was on the other side, his Jinx rocket would have been safer, and I think he would have gotten the rocket on time. Oh no. I think that's crazy. It's because I feel like the Jinx rocket was about to change everything. Alternate universe. Jinx launches the rocket and it doesn't explode. The what ifs. The what ifs. If only. Okay, well, Coco beat Weijin the past 2 times, and Coco scaled more since then, so I feel like Coco wins the game. He greeted for the stun. Yeah, the stun, the positioning for the stun makes sense. But unfortunately, like, he also took a little bit more aggro from the timer rockets first, and like, if she lived for a split second longer, the rocket may have killed everything. You never know. Wait, Weijin won? What changed? Did Weijin go to 10? I don't think Weijin's 10 yet. What do we want here? There's a Thief's Gloves on the board for anybody that wants it. Caitlyn too? Oh. Yeah, fair enough. Also, did he go to level 10? No, he's not even level 10. So he just hit gate 2. I mean, that does help. Okay, Rage Blade for Warwick. Oh, hit the Elise too? Oh, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. 64 AP, 315 HP. Is there any like TG X factors? It also could be positioning from Weijin as well. Could also be slight positioning. Oh, okay. Okay. And this is sort of what I was talking about with the Jinx, keeping it farther away from the Visionary. Malzahar 2 now has a third damage giant instead of BP. Oh my god. Wait a second. This could actually be like legitimately the 1v1 to win worlds in a week. This could actually be like a preview of what's going to happen in 1 week from tomorrow. Like Weijin versus Coco for like the winner of the championship. This is actual cinema. You guys need to appreciate what's going on here. There's a lot of micro adjustments back and forth. Both players are trying to cap high. Coco's putting Weijin sort of on a timer because of this. Because like urgency is the point where he can't get outscaled. And Weijin, of course, is doing a really cool adaptation of Zeri reroll that is like fusing multiple ideas together. There's a lot to like about it. Fight RNG. Yeah, also the thing about it is it could also just be fight RNG. It also could just be. It could come down to crits, small pathing adjustments, who's targeting. Who's targeting who? Oh my god, it's so close. Oh, I think... Okay, oh man, Coco's scaling now again. Another round of scaling. Another round of scaling. But... Oh, did he cash out? He cashed out Salvage Contraption. That's a good one. Salvage Contraption is way better as a defensive item. But then you have to think about the X factor. What if now Wei gets an item for Caitlyn too, right? So there could be some X factors here. Like, what are the items gonna get dropped? And Wei going to 10. Wei going to 10. That's also a big spike. Firelight. Victor! Giant Slayer is pretty good with all the HP that your opponent has. Is he thinking about taking something else like Adaptive for Caitlyn? Okay, Coco. Coco got another item for Warwick. Okay, so now he keeps Zeri on the same side because he needs Victor to be this one that's safe. We'll see if it makes the difference that he's looking for. The Elite stun is good. This time she jumped to the back line before she was missing. Before she was actually missing the pocket. Victor stun. Oh, doesn't matter. It's a Coco win out. Too much scaling. It also kind of like, I think the Zeri being on the other corner was also important for the damage as well. But it's a combination of a lot of small things.